What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Saltcast IRL. Oh my God, what's happening right now?
So someone has their YouTube thing going.
What is it? Who is that?
That's me.
Vader's Bluetooth, isn't it?
No, that was my
That was
fault.
you? That was the producer's fault?
Wow.
It happens occasionally.
Good start, everybody.
No.
Can we turn it off and start it over again?
Yeah, can we start over again, guys? Sorry about that. That was weird. That was super weird. All right, let me just, okay, cut. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Saltcast IRL. We're here on this fine Tuesday to welcome all of you in the chat. You guys are fantastic. Already chatting it up before we even started. Thank you guys for being here. Love it. We've got a lot of cool topics to talk about. We're going to be talking about Fast 10. We're going to be talking about Oppenheimer, talking about Indy 5. And Dan Vasc might or might not show up. He was scheduled to show up, but we haven't heard from him in a couple of days.
He's the typical rock star. He's like, yeah, I'll be there. And he never shows up.
It's okay.
Maybe he'll be fashionably late. We'll find out.
Like a razor fist the other day.
Yeah.
It's like, so long, everybody. We're out of here. And bloop. Okay, I guess we're going to be here another couple hours.
Yeah, that's fine. Whenever
Dan Razor Fist had a good excuse though.
Yeah, he did.
I've been trying to get in touch with Dan all week, and
oh my God,
just haven't heard from him.
I just saw myself on TV. I'm like, I got such a baby face.
Why did you do that to your face, man? I'm gonna grow mine out. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Can't wait. You're gonna make fun of me
because you're gonna have like a little baby beard.
I am not gonna have a baby beard.
Little soft little whiskers.
No. Anyway, let's say hi to some of the people in the chat. We got Penny, of course. The Dork Knight. What's up, buddy? Good to see you here. Let's see. Clay Thompson. What's going on, man? He said, sup, nerds. These guys are all members. Look at that. Awesome.
Yeah.
Astro Nerd Boy. What's going on, buddy? Mangold's a chump. 10-4 on that.
He is a chump.
It's a real shame because he makes good movies most of the time.
No, he doesn't. Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's really interesting to me.
We broke him.
I think we might have. No, I think Lucasfilm broke him. Think about it. Like
No. I'm blaming Matt. It's us.
It was that
I am the Mangold Slayer. Yeah, that's right.
It was the one tweet that got him, and he just lost it.
Nice basement with your fake Batman. Fuck you.
And we're gonna be like, nice movie with your fake Harrison Ford.
with your girl.
With your girl.
And your timey-wimey bullshit.
Oh man, how bad is that movie gonna be? Do you think?
I don't know.
We're gonna talk about it right away.
You know what? Critics, I usually go opposite of the critics.
Yeah.
So the movie might be okay, but the critics are not loving this movie.
That's weird to me.
You know, it's very strange.
Most of the time, especially when it comes to Disney, like they are like softballing those reviews.
That's the thing. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like when the critics are when the movie is so bad that even the critics that are holy shit, Bob Dorsey. When the critics are unable to fulfill their contractual shieldom, you know, and say, oh, your movie is
contractual shieldom.
Your movie is it really sucks.
It's so bad. It's so bad. I can't even
lie about it
because
it'll
ruin my reputation as a movie critic. Right?
But it's like I have some standards that I have to sort of maybe live by, unless my name's.
What's the Rotten Tomatoes on that right now? Is it still sitting there?
Last I saw it was 49. Last time I checked.
Let me find out. Let me type it in right quick.
But you know what? I bet Grace Randolph's gonna love this movie. So you know,
who cares?
You know, I bet she's gonna love it.
So
can't wait to see her.
Is that what she sounds like? I haven't watched one of her videos.
I can't watch her review because she's blocked me.
Did she block you on YouTube?
I think, yeah. I don't know.
She's blocked us on Twitter. Like you can't block people on YouTube. Me and Vader.
Really? You're blocked too?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been blocked a long time.
Yeah.
Really?
We have I've gotten the Mangold block. I've gotten the Grace Randolph block, and I've got the Star Trek block. I've got the trifecta right there. Right?
I don't think I'm blocked by any of these people.
No,
I don't use Twitter that
much. I got
much.
blocked by Grace in 2019.
Oh man, your legacy. All right, before we reveal the updated tomato score, I just want to read the super chat from Bob Dorsey. What's up, bro? I feel like this guy's a billionaire. He's like he's out there with Jeff Bezos.
I like you.
Yeah, you're doing good today. There you go, sir. Thank you for the incredibly generous $100 super chat. Been listening to a lot of audio clips, guys. You weren't lying, Kadish. There's a crap ton. Looking forward to this discussion. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so Bob Dorsey posted a tweet talking about how he had just watched Conan the Barbarian. And so I linked to him our Barbarian episode on Spotify. And I was like, check out our review of this. And, you know, if you're looking for stuff to listen to, we've got way more audio episodes than we do video episodes. And he got back to me. He's like, "Man, you weren't lying. You got like hundreds of these."
We've been doing this for a really long time.
I just watched Conan this week.
Did you?
Yeah. Huh. For some reason, Netflix is like just throwing Conan shit at me.
It was on the top of the list on my Netflix too. It was like Conan the Barbarian just randomly popped up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I actually re-listened to our Barbarian episode where we reviewed Deathstalker. We reviewed Beastmaster.
Yeah,
that was my birthday show.
Yeah, that was a good show. Dude, you always pick the best shows to talk
know.
About. I do miss the days when we did 3 movies at a time because I feel like
so much work.
It's a lot of work. I get it, man. I get it. But I do thoroughly enjoy those episodes.
Yeah, but back in those days, we were only doing 1 episode.
yeah. 1 episode a week or something like that, if that. But yeah, no, I understand why we don't.
And it's funny because I listen to like a lot of like YouTube creator channels and stuff like that, and people are like, "Oh man, like I'm having to do 2 episodes a month. It's so much work." I'm sitting there. I was like, I remember when we were doing 7 episodes a week.
There are a lot of our audio onlys that I want to redo as video
podcasts.
Yeah.
If you edit them, we can.
Oh, maybe.
I wonder how hard would it be to take the audio file and just put video on top of it and make it a YouTube?
There's like Escape from New York and Conan and a lot of these 80s movies that we talked about back then. I think we should redo.
I have to highlight this comment from the Gourd King. The all-woman version of Beastmaster would be called Yeastmaster.
What do you know? Can we call it?
Maybe making their own bread.
Yeah, the sour bread edition. Sourdough version.
You know what's sad about that is that's not even a joke. There's there's people out there that do that.
It's like, you want some pussy bread? No. Want some yeast infection bread?
No, thank you. Gross.
That is a real thing.
I know. That's what's so gross about it.
We've had this discussion before. I think it's in the members only section. It's somewhere in there.
Yeah, my wife found that this week. That was not a fun conversation.
What?
Somebody gifted her a membership and she's going through all of her old members. So I'm like,
listen, my wife is forbidden. Like she has no interest in listening to this show, but I wouldn't let her if she wanted to. It's like, no,
don't do it.
You can't do that.
This is locker room talk on public YouTube.
Speaking of which, we're
we got a
sub goal.
Oh my gosh,
5 new members.
Yeah, we can do that.
We can give 5 members.
Yeah,
5 new members today. Let's do it, guys.
We get 5. If you're not a member already, Anima, why are you not a member yet? But like, what's going on here? Because you had so much fun with us over there.
Oh man, look at that.
I know we got another Astro Nerd Boy dropping the bills.
Astro and Bob.
My gosh, you guys are so generous. It's insane. Astro Nerd Boy, $100. I second the notion of Rue doing the old stuff for video. I agree. I 100% agree.
You know what might be a good idea? We should maybe start. We haven't done a members or patrons choose.
I thought you said you didn't like those because
I don't like them, but because they do pick shitty movies. But we can do is we can like make a list of stuff that we've reviewed in our audio only stuff. And say, which one do you want us to do this month? And then we can do that like once a month. We can do one of our audio things, maybe.
Oh, okay, I like that.
And have them pick one. One they want us to watch.
Can we do polls? Is there you can do a poll on a members thing? All right. Yeah. Astro, we will definitely get on that. I would love to go back and revisit some of our old shows because we had so much fun.
Yeah, we've been looking for ideas for new content. So
there's like a year's worth of like audio only content when we were just kind of like doing the audio thing, and it took us a year to figure out how to YouTube.
Yeah. It took us a while to get cameras and stuff like that set up with our Christmas tree.
Yeah, and in fact, in the YouTube members area, like when I was going through some of our old stuff after the robbery, I found footage of like our first video test.
We're like, that was harsh. I watched that last night.
Yeah.
Oh God. Ow, my ears.
Yeah. Jesus. No, it was rough. Like we had very bad mic discipline. We didn't know how to like master the audio, and we had a couple of cell phone cameras that we were just trying to figure out how to make work.
Listen to him throw around words like mic discipline.
I know. He's talking about mouthfeel and stuff.
Mic discipline. Hold it at exactly 4 inches away from your mouth.
Bob Dorsey.
No, like we had mics like right up next to our mouth.
Oh, I know. We're over.
I'm talking like this right now.
The gain was super high.
Yeah.
It was awful.
And it was like it was definitely decorated for audio only. We had like the green screen behind you and like blankets behind us.
Terrible.
But only members get that content.
Oh man, yeah. Go to Patreon and scroll way down.
No, that was YouTube.
Is it YouTube?
I just uploaded it.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. We got a $2 super chat from JT. What's up, man? I hope you're happy over there in Texas. I've been keeping up with your stuff on Discord. I know you've been posting a bunch of pictures of your backyard, and I think a wasp bit him this week. It was a nasty looking thing.
Well, dude, don't be getting in with those Southwest wasps.
They will
mess
murder
you
you.
then they'll go tell their friends and tell them to come over and kick your ass.
Gotta get a flamethrower. I bought a flamethrower for my weeds in my front yard. I love using that thing. Dude. It's a propane tank. It's got like a little thing. It's
Are you like awesome. Leonardo DiCaprio from
Die!
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
He's like spraying it down. Absolutely. Hey nerds, Alex, what's the big news? Question mark. Alexis? LOL. No, there's no babies involved. There's nothing that. And I honestly can't really say it here. So if you want to know what the news is, you'll have to DM me on Discord or something. Can't talk about it quite yet. We got another super chat from Bob. $20 only if you guys rewatch Ghostbusters 2016. Did we ever watch Ghostbusters 2016?
Did we?
I think 2016 was way before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't think we did. I know that
that might make for fun member content.
I don't know if I want to watch that.
Actually, you know what? I think we might have, because we did Ghostbusters 2, and then Ghostbusters 2016.
Oh, I think you're right.
I mean, let's be real. When we are watching terrible, shitty movies, that's when we're at our best.
Yeah, that's when it's the most fun.
That's when I like pound the shots.
Yeah,
and I just get super salty.
It's not fun when you're watching the movie. That's the problem. It's fun when we're talking
doing
about
the prep work for the podcast is the part that sucks.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's not a bad idea. We might, I think I'll start putting some stuff together for members.
I suppose it's a little hypocritical of me to say that we don't really want to watch Ghostbusters 2016 because there's no movie that's off the table. If there's a movie that we want to watch,
if we can watch
roast it or something,
fucking
Slacks and Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
we can watch Ghostbusters 2016.
Sure.
I just don't want to.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't want to subject myself to that.
I mean, I think we've reviewed every Ghostbusters movie. I know we
did Afterlife,
and the first two, and so like I'm pretty sure that was back when we were doing 3 movies per show. So I think it was Ghostbusters 2, and Ghostbusters 2016.
I remember hating Ghostbusters 2.
We're 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
Bob Hannigar, welcome to your new YouTube memberships.
Welcome, sir. Enjoy the extra content. Head over there to the members area. You got exclusive
doesn't
stuff.
say what level he gets, but the first tier you get the emojis and
get your name in green
and stuff, and then the second tier there is extra content in the members only section that we do every week. So yes. Thank you so much.
Real quick, Danny says, you guys made me watch Thanksgiving and not Alex, so I'm a little upset about that.
That's true.
Thanks for covering for me, buddy.
We got any other really
I was out in the woods. Yeah, anytime I go out camping with my kids, you guys pick the worst movies that exist. And you're like, let's talk about these. And I'm like, God, I'm glad I'm gone.
Defro says, just about anything trauma requires liquor consumption.
Yeah, I'm done with
that's
I think I'm done with trauma movies.
Are you?
Yeah, I don't think I want to.
We have.
Oh man, Poultrygeist broke me of trauma. I was like, I can't.
Speaking of so bad they're good, can we announce the news of a visitor coming in the summer?
Yeah,
we can talk. Oh, go take it away. So we have a guest that's actually coming to Vegas who will be here. We're going to create some content with him and for him, and it's Kadish's boyfriend. So take it away, Kadish. Who is it?
Real quick though, I want to shout out Bob Dorsey. He says you guys did all of them and said you'd never watch 2016 again.
Bob remembers.
well, he probably just listened to it. Yeah. He's been going through our back catalog. So friend of the show, Lynn Kabazinski, filmmaker, famous for his movies that Red Letter Media have reviewed. He's coming out to Vegas, and we're going to get him in the studio to do a commentary track for his movie, which I helped crowdfund, which was
Act of Vengeance.
Act of Vengeance. Thank you.
I can't get through it.
How many times have you tried?
I've tried to watch it twice. The first time I made 10 minutes, and right now I'm at 32 minutes on my second viewing through. So I figured,
how long is it?
It's like 90 minutes.
If
I can do a half hour a week, I might have it finished by the time he gets here.
That was my question. I wanted to know whether, because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm wondering, should I watch it before he gets here, or should I watch it with him when he's here?
Oh, I'm not even going to be in the room.
You're not?
Well, I'm not going to do that.
Why not?
Because I will just be a complete ass.
Maybe that's
I can't.
It's too bad.
I'll be hanging out in here on Saturday for the Saturday morning show, and then you can do
so Lynn's coming out. He lives in Pennsylvania. He's flying out here for work, and while he's in town, he's going to stop by the studio. We're going to be doing some stuff with him. He's going to be on our Saturday live stream while he's here, and we're actually going to do that episode from the studio.
Right.
And Brian from the podcast is going to drive out from Orange County to actually be in the studio with us for that. So it'll kind of be like this setup, but for Saturday morning. And Lynn and his co-writer for his next movie is coming out, and we're gonna film some stuff with them. And I've interviewed Lynn a couple times, and he's been on our live streams before, and he's a really charismatic guy. Like, he's fun to talk to. So it'll be interesting. Like when he acts very differently than like how he is in real life. In real life, he's a lot more like kind of like funny and loose and stuff like that. And when he's on screen, he's a little bit more stiff. And so it's going to be fun to have him like in studio, like watching his movie with him. And Conspiracy Tom's going to come in.
Nice.
He's a Lynn Kabasinski fan.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
That sounds like a lot of fun, honestly.
Yeah,
I would love.
You can watch Pact of Vengeance. I think it's on Tubi.
Tubi?
Yeah, I
okay.
think so.
Yeah,
check it out.
All of his stuff is on Tubi because Tubi pays the best. But Jude and I like have like binged a lot of his like earlier stuff, which is the harder stuff to get through.
How can it be harder than Pact of Vengeance?
Oh, dude, trust me.
I can't.
I think I need to be with people when I watch these movies.
I'm so nervous about this because I don't want to ask when.
He knows what he's doing.
It's just like, because I just don't know.
I'm sure he's self-aware. He makes awful movies. It's fine. That's his thing.
Yeah, but Matt, no one's asked you to come in. Just so you know.
I'm curious to see if we can get him to direct a couple of our skits that we want to do. I would love to get like the time travel skit or something like that, or
it is what it is, man.
What's the FU Meryl Streep one? I'd love to get that directed by Len Kabasinski. That'd be really cool. All right, so let's reveal the tomato meter. The most up-to-date version, 50%.
50
on 38 reviews. That's a lot of reviews for 50%.
Are these all people that saw it at Cannes?
I'm assuming, yeah.
How many reviews were there?
50% at 38 reviews.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. This is a rotten review. It says, an adventure that, despite stripping itself of all fan service air, feels simulated and forced. Okay.
That's pretty standard stuff.
Here's another one. This is not my Indiana Jones. I think we're going to hear a lot of that.
Real quick, Danny wants to know where Jude is. So school let out yesterday, and so after our recording this morning, Jude went home to mom for a while.
Yep,
because she hates doing live streams.
She's not a live streamer.
Hashtag family first.
Unless Mahler's here,
oh
then
God.
she'll be on all day.
Hey, we're talking about Buffy.
Our video that we clipped out of that is doing really well.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. That was a fun. It had like 10,000 views last time I looked. It was good.
It's 11,000.
Nice. It's disappointing. I don't even know what that word is. Face smile? What is it?
Facsimile.
Facsimile? Is there an E at the? Okay, all right, whatever.
Where are you getting this?
Rotten Tomatoes. It's a disappointing facsimile of a much better Indiana Jones film that preceded it.
Feel like
I hope they're not talking about. They're not talking about the fourth one that doesn't exist, are they? That's what I'm curious about. Because we all famously don't acknowledge the fourth Indiana Jones movie that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see where this one lines up. Is it going to be the same level? It's going to be worse, slightly better? Where do you guys think it's going to line up with the non-existent Crystal Skull?
Wow, probably going to be right there with it.
You think so?
You know, yeah.
Instead of Phoebe, whatever her name is,
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Waller-Bridge. Do you think it would have been better to have Shia LaBeouf come back?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just
or just recast Mutt.
You could have just recast Mutt.
I mean, we already got spoilers and stuff out of this screening that he's a deadbeat.
Yeah, he's a divorce.
He divorced Marion. And
how do you get married to Marion?
Why would they do that
at like what 60 something and then get divorced before you're 80?
Especially since he has a kid with her.
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's an obnoxious.
They did the same thing to Han Solo, right? Like they made him like a deadbeat dad who also like left his wife and stuff like that.
Left his kid, left his wife, went off to go do like smuggler stuff, and then they came back. They're like, "Where did you go? You left us all behind." He's like, "I had to do my thing." Like, yeah, it's weird that if you look at all of Han Solo's, if you look at all of Harrison Ford's most famous characters that he's played throughout history, they've all in one way or another turned out to be deadbeats in all their movies,
and it's bullshit.
It's terrible,
and they made him that way in the sequels that didn't need to be made.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, so. I'm because everybody, like, not everybody, but a lot of people like Blade Runner 2049. Did you like that movie, Kadish?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, was he a deadbeat in that one too? He kind of like fluffed off on his family and he was off doing his own thing for a while.
Deckard never had a family.
Well, didn't he bang that the replicant and they had a baby? Wasn't that the whole plot?
No, the replicants couldn't get pregnant. So like his whole thing, in the original Blade Runner, he was tracking down replicants, right? Because that's what Blade Runners do.
Mhm.
And he came to appreciate replicants through his like trials and tribulations. But then like he just basically went off into exile, self-imposed exile, and that's what Blade Runner 2048 was kind of about.
I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it. I like that movie, but it just seems weird that Harrison Ford would be down for destroying his legacy like that. Like, hey, I'm gonna write the script. He reads the script, and is he really just checked out? Where he's like, I'm just gonna get a paycheck before I croak and call it good.
I wouldn't say that. Like, I thought that Ridley Scott did more damage to Blade Runner than Harrison Ford could have. But Denis Villeneuve, who did the new Dune movies and stuff like that, he was the driving force behind Blade Runner 2049. And I felt like out of all like the current sequels that we've gotten from like legacy movies, it was very true to the original in terms of like its spirit and its style and its look and stuff like that. So I actually really enjoyed it. And it was a different character. It was a different journey. Harrison Ford just happened to be like part of the story.
Okay.
Because I guess you can't make a Blade Runner movie without Harrison Ford.
It'd be kind of tough to. I mean, now you would. Maybe
why would you want to?
I like this comment from the Gourd King. That's a funny name. Deckard wasn't a deadbeat. He left his kid because she'd get killed if discovered. Okay. Yeah, now I remember that. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen that movie. I need to go back and rewatch it.
Last time I saw it was in the theater.
Yeah. Yeah. Have we never done Blade Runner, have we?
Nope.
We might be onto something. Is that too artsy fartsy for you?
It might be.
Oh, come on.
Vader won't be able to stay conscious during that movie.
Dude, that ending.
I've watched
that ending monologue where he's like, so many tears.
Blade Runner.
Come on, bro.
I mean, I know. Probably have to turn my nerd card in. But Blade Runner is not one of my favorite movies.
No?
No. I've always found it kind of slow and plotting. The effects and everything are really cool, and the music's neat and everything, but it's kind of slow.
I like the universe that it's in. That's what I like. What it's okay to be slow if it's good.
No, yeah, I get
it's
it.
good and it's cool. You know, I like that stuff.
Real quick, we got another super chat.
Yeah, Bob. Another dude, Bob. Thank you.
This is what Bob does.
$10.
Bob, Alex, Bob.
Hey, man. Nice to see you.
He's one of our Saturday morning guys.
I see that. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm getting the Saturday crowd in here. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Grace Randolph is a movie critic. Do the reviews matter anymore? No, not really. Nobody's reviews matter, in my opinion.
No.
I'm very nihilistic when it comes to reviews. My reviews don't even matter. I like a movie, I'll tell you I like it. If I don't like it, I won't like it. But that doesn't mean you have to not go see it. If I don't like it, like go watch your own movies, decide your own opinion, put it on Twitter.
The thing about Grace Randolph's reviews, though, is number one, like all of her movie scoops are kind of like made up. Like she gets a lot of stuff wrong and she passes off and like she's getting it right. But when she reviews something, she'll review it from the lens of like, if you don't agree with me, you're an ist or a foe or like something like that. Or you know, like she's
if you don't like The Little Mermaid, you're the problem, not the movie.
Dude, everybody.
That's the thing with her.
I'm not gonna go see that movie.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not gonna. It's not for me. It's not something I'm interested in.
It's not. Care. It's not what we do here.
It's not what we do. But
we don't do Disney cartoons.
So I saw something on Twitter where somebody said that Awkwafina had a song in that movie. Was Awkwafina in The Little Mermaid?
She was, I think, one of the sea creatures.
She apparently sings. She apparently sings. There's a song.
I could be wrong because I haven't seen it. So
I saw something on Twitter, and I think our Discord linked it. And I might pull it up. But I don't know if I want to torture myself or not. $2 from the Dork Knight says, "Acknowledge me, please."
Don't.
It's $2. I have to.
But you don't have to.
It lights up.
Just say, "Hey, thanks, $2," and then you move on.
Thanks, $2.
Don't acknowledge him because it's a game.
Be nice to Danny. We love Danny.
No, here we go, Danny. We acknowledge.
He's got a banner for it.
Yeah. We keep that banner in reserve in case he needs to be acknowledged.
Get your Saturday stank off my show.
And then
Speaking of which, I need my little thingamabob that tells me how many people support the show and stuff like that. We need to get on that. We need to fix that. $2 from JT says, "You missed my drop of 5 memberships." LOL.
Oh.
When did that happen?
I guess up above.
Well, I owe you $2 then because you shouldn't have had to tell me that.
No, that's how we get more money from these people. You missed their things, so they give you more money.
Is that the game you guys are? You dirty bastards! How dare you do that to my fans?
We're learning this as we go.
Well, I guess we hit our sub goal.
Yay! Where's the confetti?
No, because like Danny said, we can't count the gifted ones. They got to be.
Oh, they have to be natural.
They got to be natural.
Is there a difference between gifted and organic?
Unless we get 10 gifted ones,
that's absurd.
Then we're okay.
That's absurd. What do you think? What's
We're making the rules up as we go.
Here's my last question for the Harrison Ford topic. What kind of legacy is he leaving behind? I mean, he's getting up there. He's not going to make that many more movies. His most iconic characters have now been deflated by modern sensibilities. What's happening? Why is he accepting these roles? Kadish, I want to hear your thoughts on this.
Money.
That's it?
Yeah.
He's just getting for a paycheck?
Yeah.
I mean, I believe that when it comes to Han Solo, because I know he doesn't like Han Solo and he wished he was dead. But Vader, what are you doing?
He's crashing his stream.
I thought Dan Vasc was here. I got excited for a second. I was like, yes.
No, I disappeared and I had to come back in. I don't know why I did that. I'm sorry.
Real quick, I like this quote here from Das Wolfden. Squawquafina is the seagull in the new movie. She has a very bad rap in it.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, she raps?
Guess. Apparently, that's her song.
I'm a bird and I'm here to say I can't breathe underwater, but they don't care anyway, or something. Whatever.
Make it more stereotypical Asian.
Sound more like an old man.
People are coming after me enough on Twitter. I don't need to go have to do that.
So anyway, when I worked at Paramount, there was a lot of kind of inside baseball about Harrison Ford because he had like an office on the lot for a short period of time. And basically the common knowledge about him was that he's very much about the money. He loves his cannabis.
Yes.
And he's a regular at Kookaroo Chicken.
The restaurant. Okay.
Yeah. So basically he'd show up, he'd order in Kookaroo, he'd light up, and then he would sign deals to make a lot of money, and he didn't care what he was signing on to.
Sounds like he would be really fun to hang out with. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I do think, in my opinion, I agree with you. I think he's just there for a paycheck and he really doesn't care, which sucks for us fans because
it's hard to say that, right?
It sucks, dude. I don't like saying that. It blows.
Well, he's always been that way. Like, remember, like, he was a carpenter when he was doing his acting. And there's that famous story about like him like walking on and like doing this bit part, and the big actor was giving him advice. It's like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. He's like, I thought I was supposed to be a carpenter or a waiter or something like that. So like he's always approached it from very much like a workman's kind of like point of view, and I don't think that's changed. Even when he was like at the height of his like celebrity.
Yeah, but I know I've heard him talk about it. He loves the character of Indiana Jones. Yeah, it's like his baby, crown and jewel, right? So he reads the script and he's like, yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, it's fine, it's okay, it's fine.
I mean, the fact that he did it without Spielberg or Lucas being involved, like that tells you a lot,
right? Yeah, that does. Yeah,
I think there was a thing. It's like you're never gonna see a Indiana Jones that doesn't have the trilogy with him, right? The trio.
Yeah.
That was a quote from one of them, I think, at one point.
I think it was from Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
He's like, we're not going to make one if the three of us aren't working together. Yeah. But now here he is just cashing a paycheck from Lucasfilm.
It's not like it's not like he needs the money unless he had to like.
No, he's got that Apple TV show with Jason Segel too. He's still working. It's not like he's not doing anything else.
He just did that Taylor Sheridan.
He's on 1923.
Yeah, he's got
season 2.
Bunch of stuff.
He's really good in that. I like that movie. He's old. He's playing like age appropriate role. It's amazing.
Yeah, but, I agree. Okay, we got to acknowledge Danny one more time. $5. Real question: how do I get Vader to acknowledge me? How much does that cost? More than $5.
I'm not gonna answer it. Because it's a really high amount, and that idiot will fucking pay.
He will. Don't do that to him. Don't do it to him. Don't give him a number. Don't give him a number. Danny, keep your money in your pocket.
$20,000.
Oh, God dang it!
Go sell your house. No, don't do that.
Don't do that, Danny. You give us that much money, I'm going full time, and I'm never coming back.
It's my money.
My wife is texting me. It's my money.
No, it's my money.
Hey, while you're up, can you unlock the door for my wife? She's out front, apparently. She wants to drop something off real quick.
Does she not know we're doing a live stream?
She knows because she's in the live stream chat saying, hey, text me. Look at this. She's like, she doesn't care. She's like, what are you doing? Working? Get out of here. Nonsense. Okay, while we're waiting on that, I just want to remind everybody watching, we are simulcasting to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Kick, Rumble, everywhere. So if you're watching this on one of those platforms, please comment below. Let us know where you're watching from. We're very curious to know what those platforms are doing. The chat would love to hear from you people on Rumble. I gotta check out Rumble. Did you see that the latest not Elvis Snow? What's the guy's name? He plays Elvis Snow from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. What's his name?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. You see his latest podcast? He's got some pretty heavy hitting guests over there.
Well, I know that he's been doing his own show for like a while now, and he just went over to Rumble because YouTube was censoring him.
Yeah, he does some hard hitting stuff. Hey, we got a spare seat. Positive drinking. What is this? Let me see. It's a present. Thank you, babe. It's good to see you. There's a chair open right there.
Does Mrs. Salty want to join?
She can join the stream if she wants. The power of positive drinking, folks. This is how well my wife knows me. She brings stuff like this.
It's not for you.
It's not for me. Who's it for? Jude? Oh, I'm gonna keep it. Is it a coloring book? Oh, that's a woman's stuff. There you go.
A coloring book.
That's a woman's work.
Woman's coloring. Hey, go ahead, you can make us a sandwich while you're here.
Yeah, use some sourdough bread.
Welcome. Yeah, they do make really good sourdough bread.
Tacos would work.
All right. I love you. I got work to do. Bye-bye. Well, if you're not going to sit, I mean, we got to pick something. Okay. Have fun.
Your kids.
Give them hugs. Yes. Do womanly things. I love you,
Go
babe.
do woman stuff. Okay.
So we texted Drunk 3PO to see if he could get us in touch with Dan Vasc.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, hey, do you have a way of reaching Dan Vasc? He's like, Twitter.
That's what he said?
I'm like, thanks. That's how I think
it's all good.
Perfect. It's all right. He's probably busy. It's fine.
It's fine. He's recording.
I would just gush over him for 2 hours anyway.
Well, like we confirmed this weeks ago. We were like, hey, does this date work for you? He's like, yeah. And so I've been following up.
It's not like we're paying them or anything.
You guys ready to talk about Fast and Furious?
Are we done?
What are we
talking about? Mangold?
Yeah. Well, I mean, unless you have some other heat you want to throw at Mangold, go for it. But
we got like this for weeks. The movie's not even out yet, right?
We got a shout out from Nerdrotic.
Yes, I did.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me take this banner down then. Reset. Let's go back to Indy 5 Sucks. Let's go for it. what was the shout out?
You know what? We're still on that. No,
I'm
so
just asking.
Gary, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, released a really good 15-16 minute video about just the build up and the reviews of this thing, and he was just pointing out how they have marketed this and how when it started that Mangold went after Matt and overall this thing, and it was just really good. Gary's been killing it on these videos that him and Perry and Black and those guys have been putting out. They're so good. They're well edited. They're informative.
That like Twilight Zone-esque one that they put out a while ago on Twitter. That Perry edited that, apparently made it from scratch. It was incredible. It was really cool. Good intro. Good graphics and music and all that stuff.
Yeah, but it was cool because like he found my old tweet just like Vader did.
Yep.
And basically read it on his show. And it was funny because like there are friends of mine that I haven't like talked to in like years, like old friends. I got emails from them saying like, "Oh, Kadish is famous," because they saw Nerdrotic's video with me in it, and I'm like, "Have you not been watching my channel?" Like, okay, but Gary like went through the tweet and then started going through Mangold's responses to us, and a variety of other people as well, just kind of like documented very briefly like his meltdown over that weird 12-hour period where he was like responding to
one of our members. Neil, this is a fantastic comment. The only thing that James Mangold should hate is himself for taking on Indy 5 and working with Kennedy. He's a good director, and the fact that he went after you guys, I see this as karma. I think the reason why he went after you for that tweet was because it hit home a little too close, and he was kind of freaking out about it.
Yeah, how dare I say that Spielberg isn't directing the movie that Mangold is directing?
Yeah, he's like, it's going to suck because it's produced by Kathleen Kennedy, who even at the time had a bad record, and it's only gotten worse.
I didn't even say it was going to suck. I said, for those of you who are excited about Indiana Jones 5, just please keep in mind. Then I listed 4 things.
Yeah,
and one of which was factually like inaccurate, but at the time, James Kasdan or Jonathan Kasdan, thank you. He was listed on IMDb as having been the screenwriter for Indy 5.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I got that one wrong, but like the other 3, I just said Harrison Ford is 78 years old.
Yeah,
and then Mangold comes at me like, you ageist basement dwelling piece of shit.
There's a one of these Rotten Tomato reviews that just kind of really hammers it home for me. and it's this one from this dude named Rory Doherty, and it says, "A film that inherits the directing mantle from Steven Spielberg should know when to step up. It's about time executives realize that franchises can't be cleanly separated from the visions and talents of those who made them."
Fair.
That sums it up.
It's fair
to me right there.
But Harrison
This
Ford,
is nothing but a money grab on Disney's part.
well,
That's
yeah,
all it
because
is.
they have the IP
And it's
under their
bullshit.
umbrella, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, we got to make something with it.
Yeah, and Neil makes a good point here where he says the crazy thing, Matt, is you didn't tag him. He sought you out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I didn't tag him in anything. I didn't even know he was directing Indiana Jones 5 when I made the tweet.
Mhm.
But I guess he was under the impression that like I'm way more important than I am.
Well, he thought you were like some kind of a journalist for some major.
Yeah, and I was
like-
spreading like
Well,
fake news.
Yeah, I was
you're a Russian asset. So
I don't think he knew that at the time though.
Russian-
There's a $2 super chat waiting for you in there.
For
Vader.
me?
Yeah, for you. It's from your favorite person.
Vader is Sammy to my Roman.
Hashtag double heel turn.
I don't know what that means.
It's a wrestling thing.
He's saying he's Roman
Reigns.
Reigns.
I don't know who that is either. I don't watch
Yeah.
wrestling. It's fake.
You might know this, Alex.
What's up?
Mangold
Mangold loves brick wallpaper. I like brick wallpaper too. I'll say of all the things that he flung at us, that was probably the most accurate one. That was a piece of shit. Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Well, you know, like he doesn't like brick wallpaper. He doesn't like jars full of corks. He doesn't like backlights.
We've upgraded a little bit. I mean, is the blue okay, Mangold?
Or the red.
The red is the red okay?
It's like nice colors, nerd.
Yeah. Well, what'd you do? Get LED lights in the background? Yeah.
Yes, it is. With some reflective paint.
Oh man, no, it's. I think that whole thing was just it hit so close to home for him, and he had to react to it with
'Cause he
immediate
knows.
reaction because he knows he's
You
being.
know, he had read the script at that point. They were going. He knows that. Oh man, the real fans are not going to like
they
this
showed
shit.
him the paycheck, and they were like, he was like,
Okay,
yeah.
fine.
But he's got his name. I don't know.
No,
Man.
I think Mangold is one of those guys who's like an egomaniac and a narcissist. Like everything that I've seen of his, not like movie wise, but like seen of him making movies,
Mhm.
tells me that he's one of those Hollywood guys who's just like doesn't think his poop stinks, right?
Yeah.
And you know he gets so triggered because like he has such a high opinion of himself.
Mm-hmm. It's weird.
I don't know. Is this?
I'm
going through these. I'm going through these headlines on these reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
yeah.
And there's like this one.
Are they rigged?
I don't know, but this is a good review, and I don't. It says it counts as a sort of compliment to say that James Mangold's film, until the gleefully absurd ending, plays like just another episode in a creaky, unpretentious romp. How is that a compliment? I'm really confused at how that's a good review of a.
Do you think maybe people that gave it good reviews didn't like it, but they didn't want to see themselves as like review bombing, so they gave it a good rating, but they were like, nah, it's fine.
Well,
It seems so strange.
what gets me is most of the reviews agree that the movie is super long and not interesting, despite the fact that it has like a ton of set pieces. So basically, you know, we have this saying on the podcast called Slaction films,
Yeah.
which are basically action films that are boring because like you don't care about what's happening.
Mm-hmm. It's just
And-
one action set piece after another,
Yeah.
loosely tied together.
Yeah.
The first line in the next one on a positive review, fine fan fiction.
They called it fan fiction in a positive review,
Fine fan fiction.
which, oh yeah,
It's so weird. How is that a positive review? Fine fan fiction. That's
I guess because they think it's not Lucas and Spielberg.
What's crazy is they got David Koepp, who is listed as one of the writers, one of the 4 writers on this movie, and I don't know if that's like a contractual union thing or what have you. He was the main writer on this legendary 4th movie that supposedly exists in
In an alternate universe.
So they got the guy who arguably made the worst or wrote the worst indie film to come on and write this film as well.
That always makes me laugh though, because I have to check my nerd a little bit, because like, yeah, we're all like, yeah, give us Spielberg and Lucas back. I'm like, they're kind of responsible for the number 4 one.
Well, that was mostly Lucas.
Yeah, because he was like, it's the 1950s. We need to make it like
Hey,
a Roswell thing.
What Can you guys give us an example of a Slaction movie? Roba wants to know.
What is an example of a Slaction movie? What did we just watch? Fast and the Furious 10 is a Slaction movie.
Slaction movie.
It's a Slaction movie. It's like a very convoluted, over-the-top action scene.
Doesn't take itself seriously.
With a very thin plot that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
John Wick 4?
John Wick 4. But I would say something like Assassin's Creed is another example.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where basically like you have these beautiful spectacles of action.
Six Underground.
Yeah, Six Underground.
And any Michael Bay movie is a Slaction movie.
Well, Michael Bay's made some good movies, but the point I'm trying to make is like when you're watching an action movie and you're just bored, that's a Slaction movie because like maybe you've seen it before and you're no longer with the spectacle or anything like that.
My wife is throwing shade at me. The latest Jurassic Park movie.
True.
I
haven't even watched it yet.
Accurate. She's not wrong.
Is that Dominion?
Yeah, Dominion. It could be seen as a Slaction movie if you're a salty nerd. That's true. She's earning a streak head in there. Zax, what's up, Zax, man?
Was it the Marky Mark one? Max Payne. Max Payne's another.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, it's like a noir drama.
What about all these terrible chick quick movies?
Gunpowder Milkshake.
Yeah, definitely. Zach says, didn't Ford get injured right around the same time Cage triggered Mangold? It was like a month after.
It was afterward.
Right after.
It was actually a couple weeks after the whole spat with Mangold.
And we're all like, oh God, Cage is just right.
Like,
Cage is just trying to murder
over here.
Harrison Ford broke his shoulder blade and doing a stunt. Because he's old.
Old
you don't say.
And I'm the ageist, right? For pointing out that he was 78 years old.
Don't they have stunt people that can do that stuff? Or was Harrison like, I'll do it myself?
How'd
they get the insurance to do it? Like, I understand, like, Tom Cruise has like his own insurance agency that just covers him for everything.
You got to understand, he wasn't doing like a strenuous stunt, but for a 78-year-old doing that stuff,
he
was probably just getting off his saddle. Oh shit! My back.
Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know. I wish Harrison Ford the best. I really do. I like him as an actor.
Everyone loves Harrison
Ford.
Yeah.
He's playing the grumpy old man part very well.
It's the people that surround him that are in charge of what he does that I have a problem with.
Right.
Pretty much anything Kathleen Kennedy does is the kiss of death, right?
Yeah. Who's running the official Twitter? One of you guys did with our official Twitter account.
That's me.
Tagged Iger and said, "How much money is this bitch gonna lose?"
That's exactly what I said.
Before you fire her,
I said, "How many hundreds of millions does she have to lose before you fire her?"
Listen, dude, I do not use Twitter. I just happen to click on my Twitter. I have 0 notifications. Nobody's DM'd me. I've got nothing. Nobody cares about my Twitter, and I don't care either, so it's fine. And I'm just scrolling through my feed, and I see my official Salty Nerd podcast account say @Bob Iger. How much money is Kathleen gonna lose before you fire her? And I'm like, God,
how many hundreds of millions of dollars does she have to lose your company?
What does she have on you? That's a bold tweet. I want to get like 3 likes.
Yeah. Elon probably put his thumb on it. Said
no, can't do that.
George Soros.
Yeah,
Soros tweet.
He's
too controversial.
Yeah, can't call out Kathleen Kennedy.
Wonder if George Soros is behind Kathleen Kennedy secretly.
Probably.
He's like, I want to destroy all masculinity.
He's behind every woke thing out there. Every time you go into like, this woke organization, you look at who actually funds it. It always ends up back at George Soros every single time. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Him and Bezos.
And Elon's out there calling him out on it now.
Yeah, but then he goes and hires that lady from the World Economic Forum. Like, what are you doing, dude? You're going down a slippery path.
We'll see. I applied for my code for the new Twitter knockoff, the blue something.
There's another Twitter knockoff.
Yeah, except who's the guy that made the original Twitter?
Jack Dorsey.
Jack Dorsey has a new thing out there. It's called
She's remade Twitter.
He just literally it's called Blue Sky. It's exactly like Twitter. It's exactly the same thing, except you can't get into it yet because you have to be invited. So
yeah.
It's so fun.
He's just making his own private server.
So we're gonna have Twitter for Elon files and Blue Sky for lefties.
Hard pass.
And then you have like Truth Social.
Yeah, who's Trump's still thing. Do you see him? I know we try not to get political on the podcast, but did you guys see where he's like he pulls out his tweets at that CNN thing, and he's like, "I actually use Truth Social. It's far superior." I'm like, "Oh my god!"
It's the better platform. I like it better. I own it.
He has no reason for saying that whatsoever. It just says
I'm there. I forget I have it.
I don't.
Yeah.
Social media is like the lowest thing on my priority list. We got $5 from Nerd Issues. Harrison Ford stops here in Wichita. Is that what it says?
Yep.
Every few months, and while he's nice enough to take a picture, it's an unspoken rule not to ask him about Star Wars. I get that. I can totally get that. He's been
Who shot first?
Yeah, I don't care. How many times does a guy have to say I don't care? Remember that scene from that late night show that he did where he picked up the Millennium Falcon that's like a Lego set, he just like throws it on the floor, drops it. It was staged, of course, but that's his vibe. Yeah. He's just like he's a grumpy old man.
Excuse me, Mr. Ford. Could you really understand Chewbacca when he was using the bear language to speak to you when he was on top of the Millennium Falcon?
You know how many sweaty nerds that poor guy has had to talk to? I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
he's had to talk to people like me.
I'd be kind of
35 years.
Cry himself to sleep at night on his
$1 million
on his $1 million bed.
Oh, these nerds want to talk to
$100 bills.
Hey, William Shatner gave me a fist bump, so there's that. That's the only thing that I have as far as like nerd cred goes.
Shatner's awesome. Man.
Shatner's cool. She does not shake hands though, because I went like this and he went no. He did the fist. I was like, all right, it's fair, it's fine. Anyway, any other heat for Mangold there, buddy?
Not really. Like, there's a part of me that really wants a good Indiana Jones movie, and unfortunately, I don't think Mangold's going to deliver it. It sounds like it's a bloated, boring movie that it's probably going to be better than the fourth one, but at the same time, it's like,
if he starts a new trend to where every movie is going to be bathed in that gross piss yellow sepia tone over color scheme
to make it look old,
instead of the blue one that everybody uses here lately, I'm never going to be able to go to the movies again because that gross sepia tone color palette that is in this movie is disgusting.
What is this film nerd speak that you're doing right now?
I'm just saying,
weird.
every clip I've seen from this movie has that gross yellow tone.
To age it.
It's like, no, it's not the age.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's meant to make you.
It's giving it a look, and it's disgusting, and I hate it.
So I think instead of just doing like the old school cinematography like Spielberg used to do for his movies, they try to mimic it in color.
There's no yellow tone to any Indiana Jones movie before this one.
It's just because they're all set in the desert.
It's just not. It's just I don't understand this thing that they're doing. It's disgusting.
Well, the good Indiana Jones movies were made before digital was a thing.
Yeah.
So like you actually had to like plan out your stuff. You had to like, use filters on the camera lens. You had to, basically do everything in camera. It was shot on film.
Right.
That gives it a different
vibe. It does give it a different vibe. I like I don't mean to sound super dorky about this, but I do like movies that are shot on film better than digital film.
Good example, we all can't stand him. But JJ filmed his Star Wars movie on film, and they used practical effects.
Oh, the first one, the Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. They did a lot of that.
It did have a vibe to it,
kind of old school to it, and you can tell.
Yeah,
you can totally tell, and it's a good thing. I wish more filmmakers would do that, at least with these kind of movies.
Didn't Tarantino do that for
Tarantino refuses to shoot on digital, so all of his stuff is on film. But
good for him.
Hateful Eight, he used a CinemaScope.
That's right. Yeah.
Which was something different. So it was a different aspect ratio, different type of film size.
It's like I don't need all of my modern new movies that look like Quantum Mania.
Oh God, what a vomit fest that was.
Disgusting.
I just watched it for the first time last night for our review that'll come out in a couple weeks. But yeah, that was tough to watch.
I'll say this though, like digital is a huge boon for independent filmmakers because like film's expensive, right? Like it costs way more to shoot on film than it does on digital.
Yeah, it's totally worth it though. That's kind of I don't know if I want to bring up Oppenheimer yet or not, because Nolan, I know, famously did a bunch of weird film tricks.
That's what Nolan is though. To me, he's like the opposite of Tarantino, but when he does do it, he does it. I feel like he's almost using the digital shit as a paintbrush. You know what I mean? It's whereas some of the stuff, it just looks like they're just taking a bucket of CGI and throwing it on the screen. Whereas I feel does does it differently.
Yeah.
Hey,
does that make sense?
What's the over/under on being able to understand any of the dialogue in Oppenheimer?
Let's
watching in the theater.
Let's bring up the banner.
fun.
Let's bring up the Oppenheimer banner. So this is something that I wanted to talk about.
Is it long?
It's almost 3 hours long.
Fuck.
Of look at Vader. He's like, no, please.
My wife wants to go see it.
I would love to see it.
My wife won't go now.
Why?
Because it's 3 hours long.
That's a cutoff point for her.
Oh, she will not go. She's
really?
Like, no, I don't think she will.
Dude, this movie looks like art.
It does.
I don't blame her though. Like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's too much.
Is rough.
I'm in. I'm all in.
There used to be this thing that they do called an intermission.
Yeah, they do need to bring those back.
Back in the olden times.
I do not disagree with you at all. They need to bring those back.
Give us a 15-minute intermission.
Hour 15 in, pause the movie, get up, go to the bathroom, get your snacks, come back refreshed and ready to sit for the second half.
I just find it interesting how like Nolan is such a control freak about how his films look and like everything that goes on the screen. And yet when you go and see it in the theater, you literally can't hear the people talking because the sound mix is so.
He made that one movie that I hated. Tenet, yeah.
Why'd you not like it? Because you didn't understand it?
The audio was so bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was such a weird
we went
movie.
and saw it together.
Yeah.
And there were parts where you couldn't hear the dialogue.
Yeah.
He does. Okay, so I understand exactly what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
He was accused of this for, was it The Dark Knight Rises or whatever, with Bane's muffled voice. He overdoes his bass sounds so much that it overtakes the audio, like the treble in the voices. So you can't get those lower tones or those, I don't know, higher tones, lower tones. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you can't hear the voices over the music. It happens a lot in his movies. And I'm wondering how much of that is just bad audio in the theater. Because I went to the movies, we saw Fast 10. Fast 10 is a very loud movie. And I went to like the DFX, whatever, huge screen with massive sound effects and all this stuff. I had a hard time hearing the audio.
If that was the case, though, it would happen in more movies, but it's only his movies that happened.
What I'm telling you, it's happened in Fast X for me. Just now, I was watching, like the music and the explosions were so big.
I mean, I think Jude and I went to the exact same theater you did. We saw it at Green Valley Ranch, or Green Valley Galaxy in DFX.
Yeah,
and it
was fine
to me. Yeah,
I was in theater 6. Which theater were you in?
I think it was theater 4.
4 is the crazy one.
4 is the better one.
Well,
I went to theater 6 and I could barely understand.
4 is the one that has the big audio stuff in it.
Yeah.
Usually,
Okay.
So
this is a cool thing.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer. Shit explodes.
I think I'm more interested in that movie. I wouldn't really
For the
care
history of it?
who directed it, but I'm such a nerd when it comes to that era of history.
Yeah.
And I've never really, a lot of that stuff is still classified. A lot you don't hear the real true stories about how a lot of that stuff came to be. So I'm just really interested to see what the spin is on
that time period when they were designing and creating the first nuclear bombs. It's fascinating.
Yeah.
And I'm not walking into that looking for like an action movie from Nolan.
No.
It's going to be a drama. It's going to be a period piece. It's going to fit that bill. I'm ready for it.
I like that scene in the trailer where Matt Damon's talking to Oppenheimer, and he's like, it's an almost 0% chance that we don't blow up the world. And he's like, wait a minute. Almost.
He's like,
can you imagine? I mean,
he's like, well, what would you prefer? He's like
0%.
It's like that thing over in Switzerland or France or whatever.
Oh, the collider,
the hydrogen.
And they're like, well, there is a small chance
we could create a black hole.
We could create a black hole in the middle of this and suck the Earth in. I'm like, what?
Maybe not do that.
It's like, how about no? How about you don't?
How about no?
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
What are you doing?
I would love to hear that in a movie outside of Austin Powers. It'd be glorious. If Matt Damon just walks in and you got Cillian Murphy there, and he's like, "How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?" I think it's gonna have some subtle humor to it, just from the circumstances alone. Matt Damon's gonna be like the comic relief for like the seriousness of the story. I'm looking forward to it. Longer the better. I'm down for a long movie. I have no issues with that whatsoever.
I am looking forward to it.
Although, so like Indiana Jones, 2.5 hours. Fast and Furious, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, it was a long 2.5 hours.
Like Avatar, 2.5 hours.
Can we just have 2-hour-long movies? Would that be okay?
I miss the days of like 80-minute movies.
90-minute movies.
They don't make those anymore, man. That's the era past. Everybody's got to be like $400 million, 5 hours long.
It's no wonder the theaters are struggling because they can only get 3 views of a movie in a day.
I know. Yeah, for Fast 10, dude. There was only 4 showing times at Fast 10 for when did I got Saturday night, I think. On a Saturday night, there was the theater that I went to only had 5 showings that whole day.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. We got a $5 super chat from Fluffy Panda. If Alex gives Oppenheimer a better review than Goonies and John Wick 4? Yeah, John Wick 4. I'm gonna come down to Vegas.
So you better fill up your car tank,
Those are
man.
super different genres we're talking about here. That is not even the same thing. John Wick 4 is a Slaction movie. Goonies is a trash 80s kids movies, and Oppenheimer is a work of art. Maybe it could be.
You still have the worst take on Goonies I think I've ever.
Yeah,
heard.
you're kind of a weirdo.
Here's my hill. I'm on it with my flag. You all can.
If you liked children, you might see Goonies in a different light.
How can a guy who doesn't like kids have 3 little ones of his own?
Love my kids. They don't have magical bullcrap powers that allow them to outsmart me.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. My kid beat me at tic-tac-toe one time, and I was like, never again.
Ashley, get on that. Start training your kids.
I hope your middle one starts like making inventions with like.
That'd be funny. Like the kid from Better Off Dead.
Yeah.
He's just like, your book came for how to pick up slutty women.
Builds like a rocket ship in his backyard.
Yeah.
Says, how dare you? Yes, I dare.
Could be like Scott Lang's daughter.
Who just
builds a quantum satellite.
Yeah, inexplicably is smarter than
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. What a ridiculous movie that was. Our review will drop of that pretty soon, but we did like a Marvel retake. We talked about the movies we liked, and we talked about Quantumanium. I watched it last night. It was not fun.
What's the title again?
Quantumanium? Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumanium.
Quantumania.
Mania?
Yeah, there's no manium.
Whatever.
What's a manium?
It's like a metal.
Quantumanium. Invented a new element today.
Perfect.
Oh, we should ask if Dan Vasc ever shows up, we should ask him to sing some Quantumanium.
Yeah.
There we go. Is that a new genre? We can do that.
New genre of metal.
I want to convince him to do a cover of War Pigs. How dope would that be?
Probably already done it.
I didn't see it.
I want him to do a cover of Scotty Doesn't Know.
Oh, that'd be epic.
What is it with you guys in that stupid song?
That's a good song. It's legitimately a good song. Happens to star Matt Damon. Matt Damon. All right. What else? All right. I guess we could talk about Fast 10. Let's talk about Fast 10.
Oh, good. I'll go to the other room for a while.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
I would love Fast 10 box office. This movie made over $300 million in its opening weekend. $67 million US opening, $319 million globally. I want to know why this movie made so much money because it's
one of the most popular franchises on the planet.
It's huge overseas.
Yeah. Well, it made most of its money overseas,
Yeah.
but it's not a good movie.
People like to just be entertained.
Yeah.
That's what these movies do now. They don't take themselves seriously. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really judge it. But I did watch the last one. And everything I've heard, it's the exact same vein as the last movie. It's a fun, crazy action movie that knows they're bonkers and off the rails, and they're in on the joke. And I'm okay with that. I just don't particularly enjoy these movies, so I didn't go. 10
is less in on the joke than 9 was.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So like 9, they really had fun with it, and it was enjoyable as hell to watch. I really did enjoy Fast 9. Fast 10, we reviewed it with Tom yesterday. That video will drop probably this week, I think on Friday. But it takes itself way too seriously. So like there's all the elements that you're talking about, like the ridiculousness and the overtop, and it's just like pure flashy entertainment with like really loose plot lines. But the tone of the movie is more serious than 9.
I mean, they're basically like superhero movies, but instead of superpowered humans, you have cars.
Yeah.
But do you remember, because I was editing and I did a couple of clips from Fast 9. Do you remember the time when Vin Diesel grabbed 2 chains inside of an old submarine silo and like pulled the concrete pillars down by his bare hands? That was in Fast 9. So I think the humans are also superpowered.
He also got married in a wife beater.
He got married in a wife, dude. Dude,
good for him.
That was amazing. It was just like a quick flash. He had his wedding pictures with Michelle Rodriguez on the wall, and she's in like a dress, like normal wedding gown dress. He's wearing white pants and a wife beater to his own wedding, and I was like, "That is glorious. That is amazing. I want to see
that's
a
what
flash.
I'm gonna wear to my wedding.
Let's be epic. That'd be epic.
You're wearing Harry Potter robes
with your goofy tie." Farnsworth said, "We need more pulp entertainment." Is that what the Fast franchise is? Just pulp, just
I don't know.
whatever.
I don't know what I'd class Slaction, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
very popular for Slaction though. Usually Slaction movies don't do well.
I
just
the good ones do.
For me, the reason why I go to the Fast and Furious movies now is because I'm committed. It's not because I enjoy them more than I'm just committed to like I got to see how this ends.
That thought did cross my mind. It's like, but like no, I just can't. I want to wait until this one's out on HBO Max or whatever it's called now.
Oh God,
didn't that start today?
Yeah. No, it started yesterday.
I tried to log into my HBO Max account and it rerouted me to max.com or whatever. And I'm like, this is so dumb. I had to relog in and they're like, welcome to the new streaming service. Yeah. I hate it. So stupid.
Why does it bother you?
Because why change it? It's HBO. HBO is.
I understand that, but who gives a shit?
Yeah,
what they call their streaming service.
At the very least, change it to HBO. Like that's the
just
brand.
Drop the Max. Yeah, it just doesn't because I'm never gonna call it Max. So when somebody says, "Hey, where can I watch that Game of Thrones show?" I'm not gonna say, "Oh, it's on Max." No, I'm gonna say, "No, it's on HBO."
Yeah. Go watch Warrior season 3. It's a Max original.
It's just so stupid.
We're talking about Fast 10, right?
Well, yeah.
Kinda. So tell me about Jason Momoa's character. Is he the Joker?
Kind of a little bit more metrosexual.
A Metro Joker?
Yes. He paints his fingernails and he talks with a little bit of a thing once in a while.
He's actually more like Jesse Eisenberg in Batman versus Superman. He's like the Lex Luthor doing a bad impression of the Joker.
Yeah, I could see that.
I could paint my fingernails.
You could. You could do it black?
I'd be doing black.
Yeah, you'd have to do it black.
Why not?
Because anything else would be weird.
I mean, everybody does weird shit these days.
It's all over the place.
I need to call out Price of Reason. He says, I haven't been able to bring myself to watch Fast 9 yet. Will I understand Fast 10 if I didn't see 9? No. If you haven't seen any of the Fast movies, you're not going to understand Fast 10.
If you've seen all of the Fast movies,
you won't understand.
Still won't understand Fast 10. It doesn't matter. You can go in completely blind like Tom did. Tom was our stand-in for Vader, and he had never seen any of the Fast movies. He went and watched Fast 10, and he's like, yeah, it was a movie.
What do you mean Tom hadn't seen Fast?
Dude, he's never seen any of them. None of them.
What?
I know. That's what I said. I'm like, where have you been? It's been 20 some odd years, dude. You ever seen any of them?
And I've seen all of them. And I walked out of the theater. I was like, I have so many questions.
Yeah, no, you have no idea what's happening.
I don't know.
I don't. There's characters that they reference in Fast 10, and I'm like, who was that again? Oh, that was that dude from the third one.
I think it's just kind of funny that the studio can't let this series end.
Like, they're doing a trilogy.
I know now we're gonna have. This was supposed to be like the last movie or something, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like we're gonna make 2 more and call it the conclusion.
The Fast
trilogy.
10 trilogy. So it's Fast 11 and 12. I wonder if they're gonna call them 11 and 12.
So Price, you said you've seen all 8, just not 9. So there are some direct ties to 9 that are in 10. That if you haven't seen 9, you're not gonna understand.
9 is far superior. 9 is great. You might actually enjoy 9 because it was goofy.
I've seen 9.
No, I'm talking to Price.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 9 is a lot of fun. They went to space, bro. It was so funny. It's so funny. In a friggin' when was that? A Nissan something?
You know, and he flew across a canyon on a rope.
Yes.
It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, somehow they toned the ridiculousness down and they upped the like seriousness of it.
See, I wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't have liked it.
It's a bad vibe.
Yeah.
It's misbalanced.
It's like
that's too super ridiculous and go
because
really funny.
The thing I liked about Fast 9, like I said earlier, was that they knew they were being ridiculous and they owned it, and and it played out more like a superhero kind of movie, right?
Yeah.
And if they've taken that back, then I don't know how much interest I have in watching it at all.
Also, no one dies in the Fast movies.
No,
even the people who die don't die.
Yeah, they come back. They all come back.
The one guy who did die is still alive.
Dude, did we get any new long lost brothers or sisters or family members?
There was a grandmother that I didn't recognize.
Yeah,
grandma somebody.
Family.
Yeah.
But she wasn't played by anyone recognized.
Yeah, I had no idea. I'm like, who's this lady? Oh, that's grandma.
Would have been funny if it was like Salma Hayek.
Dude, I would lose my mind.
I just want to know who like his dad.
Jenna Ortega's his sister. All of a sudden,
I wanted him to get like a new sister or brother from some other chick that his dad was banging back in the day.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
I'll tell you this though, like Brie Larson, every time she was on screen, fucking ruined the movie.
Ruined it. Dude, so
I'm not watching
the Jack Reacher guy that he's in this movie as like a side character.
Oh, the big dude from the series.
From the series.
Oh yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's cool. But him and Brie Larson had a scene together in a completely like CGI room. There was no props, no nothing. It was just them acting off each other with bull crap in the background. It was so bad. It was so like I felt like they were reading place cards just set right behind the other actor, and they were just like the most dry line read ever. For
even worse than that was when Brie Larson meets Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh yeah,
and they're staring each other down. Michelle Rodriguez is like, "Game recognizes game."
Oh, that's in the trailer. It was so corny and cringy.
It was so bad.
It was so bad. We got a super chat, $5 from the Astro Nerd Boy. I've watched 0 Fast movies and have saved IQ points as well.
As a result,
I did buy a song from the Tokyo Drift soundtrack and one other Fast and Furious soundtrack. Okay, well, hey man, the Tokyo Drift soundtrack is dope. I actually really enjoyed Tokyo Drift. I know a lot of people say it's crap, but I had fun with that movie. The reason why I like Tokyo Drift, I'm gonna have to justify myself on this. I like that it was like a good old school American muscle goes to Tokyo and fights the top race cars in Japan or whatever. Like I like that aspect of it because this kid comes from the grassroots, goes to there and fixes up an old Mustang muscle car and
is that the one with the guy from Kentucky?
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah. I like the fish out of water aspect. I like the cars. I like the racing.
What's funny is that character. So like you texted me the other day and you were like, we're reviewing Warrior for our podcast, the HBO Max original series, and there's a character in that show called Young June, and you texted me and you're like, did you know Young June was in Fast 9?
He was like the scientist buddy that flew the plane for that Southern kid.
Right on.
That was like he was the one who helped them go to space, and I was watching it. I'm like, that's Young June. That just blew my mind. I had no idea who he was.
Well, I don't feel bad for not being here for that recording.
Fast 10, you won't like it. I can tell you right now, you're not gonna like it.
Well, so kind of moving on to our next story. So basically, the Fast franchise is set to wrap up in the next 1 or 2 movies, and then there's talk of like a spinoff.
Oh no,
it's a female-led spinoff.
Doomed to fail.
Female-led, buddy.
No,
all the hot chicks from the Fast and Furious movies are going to get together and do a chick wick movie. It's not going
to work. It won't work.
Do you think it'll be the first one to flop? Because these movies make money for some reason. It's just all over the place.
It's just ridiculous.
How much do you want to bet they do this? They're going to spend all this money on this female-led Fast and Furious movie.
You know what though? It could work if all the women are hot and they cater to the male audience.
It's yeah.
Like if they're like, look, these are hot chicks driving fast cars, doing cool stuff.
I'd watch it.
Yeah,
I'd watch it. But you know what they're gonna do?
If it was unapologetically exploitative,
and I'll bet you the big bad in the movie is gonna be a white guy.
A fat white guy. You know what they're gonna do though? They're gonna make Brie Larson the main headliner for that movie. God, watch, I guarantee it's gonna be Brie Larson and Gal Gadot.
No, watch. You know what's funny is I've had some conversations with Jude lately about why Brie Larson is death to every movie. And I've really been thinking about it, and it's one of those things where it's like when you see a leading lady on screen, right, as a male demographic, you want to be attracted to that actress, right? Like you want to fantasize about dating them or what have you. And with Brie Larson, she's poisoned the pool so much that she literally, even though she's not an unattractive woman, she's repulsive to most men.
She's the definition of the word toxic. She's like a bed shitter. Same thing.
Amber, you think she's as bad as Amber Heard?
Yeah, to me, she is. Absolutely.
That's a stretch.
Absolutely.
That's a stretch. I don't know. I think she's too open about how badly she wants to be famous.
She's in the same vein.
She really
maybe
wants
not
to be
as
famous.
Bad, but she's still in that same discussion.
Like her YouTube channel that she tried to start during the pandemic. Like she really wants to be famous.
Almost as bad as my YouTube channel.
I know, right?
It's terrible.
Do you do yoga on your YouTube?
I should.
You probably get 1 million subs
in a cat outfit or something.
You could race Dan Vasc to 1 million subs and beat him if you start right now.
Dan would have hit that 1 million subs if he'd come on our live stream.
I'm rooting for him though. He's anti-team man bun or is he team man bun?
I don't know.
I don't remember what the joke is.
I don't remember.
Anyway, whichever one is not pineapple on pizza.
I'm always at work when FNT's on, so I never really get to watch.
I'm too busy. Brie Larson, to me, she wants to be famous too badly, and anytime she interacts on the red carpet or something, she always has this weird chip on her shoulder about everything, and that turns me off a lot.
Yep.
I don't want to watch her movies because she just comes off as like, I'm better than everybody. And like that one famous clip from the red carpet when that guy's like, so are you going to be Captain Marvel? She's like, I don't know. Anybody would even want me to be?
Yeah.
Have
you seen those interviews where like even her Marvel co-stars are like,
yeah. When she's like, I do my own stunts. And he's like, well, you don't do all of your
this
own
comment from Nick Clark. She's unlikable and always scowling, even when smiling, which is kind of impressive. she has a scowl smile.
So there's in our Fast 10 review that will drop on Friday, so keep an eye out for that. I was editing it, we were talking about Brie Larson in that movie, and there's a scene from one of the behind the scenes clips on YouTube of her acting with Vin Diesel, and she's like goofing around trying to have a good time, and Vin Diesel's just sitting there going like this.
Does Vin Diesel have a beef with Brie Larson?
And I just zoomed in on Vin Diesel during that scene.
I am curious what's the secret of the end credit scene. Did you guys
I saw it.
Yeah, should we reveal it? I don't
know.
No,
I don't want to drop a spoiler, but
okay. All right, well, tell me off.
We'll tell you off.
It was a very predictable kind of like reveal.
I think it got spoiled online last week.
Probably. It's not that hard to figure out.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I just wanted to confirm, but that's fine.
Okay.
Brie Larson is the anti-Viagra. Yes, this is true.
She was decent. She was in 21 Jump Street. I also liked her in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Was it? Yeah.
Was that before she got the nose job?
I don't remember. She got a nose job?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's had a lot of work done.
I don't pay attention to that.
She was all right in King Kong. Was that her?
Yeah, that was King. Yeah, Kong Skull Island.
That was before she got.
She was a photographer.
Yeah.
Was it before she got an attitude? I feel like she was already.
I think that was like right before she got her attitude.
I think she had just won the Oscar. She did that movie, and then like she got Captain Marvel, and Captain Marvel was the thing that sank her because she was going out and just being all anti-male, like preachy stuff like that. Yeah,
that tends to happen when your demographic is men, and you tell them that you don't want them to watch your movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't made for you.
Well, it might not have been, but I didn't need you to tell me that.
If you're an old white dude, the movie wasn't made for you.
I am not old. How dare you? Okay, yeah. So I think Brie Larson's going to be the main star of the female.
This is really funny.
That's funny.
Our member, Brie Bigfoot Larson.
Yeah.
She's got some weird looking feet.
Look, I'm not going to feet shame, but you can't really do much about your feet. Your feet might look weird. That's a shame.
I mean, she got her nose fixed. She couldn't fix that one toe.
I don't know what's happening.
Isn't like her second toe like an inch longer than her big toe? Or something?
You probably have weird looking feet too. I hate feet. I am not Quentin Tarantino.
I like
that's
feet.
Somebody Quentin Tarantino will never cast in his movie. Somebody with weird feet.
You ever like nibble on toes, dude?
No, God, no. What is wrong with you?
I got my technique down.
Look at his face.
Yeah.
I got my technique down. I don't be tickling or nothing.
Oh,
I'm the fucking master.
Oh, I feel bad. I feel bad. I don't know. Feet are weird. I don't like feet.
You'd be nibbling on Bree's toes. It'd be like, that was.
Put F in the chat if you want Vader's feet.
No, nobody wants my feet.
Dare. Why do you guys don't sabotage my Tuesday show with your Saturday nonsense? Oh man, I don't know. It's weird. I hope the Fast and Furious movies keep going even after the whole trilogy is over with. I just keep going. Just keep making them.
Why not? Why stop?
Yeah, right? I mean, according to this, like they're going to be doing spinoffs.
Yeah, stuff, sure. So. Whatever. Call it whatever you want. It's still a Fast and Furious.
You know, Keanu Reeves said we're going to keep making John Wick movies until you don't want us to anymore. It's
there.
We're there.
Yep, we're there.
Making them.
Please stop.
People seem to want Fast 10 movies or Fast and Furious movies.
They're non-consequential.
Yeah.
You know, the franchise.
So why would they quit?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They could probably make these movies now without Vin Diesel in them, and then people would be okay.
You know what though? Like Fast 10 was like a $300 million budget. Like it was super expensive.
Yeah.
So
it made its money back in the opening weekend. It's good. Worldwide, $300 million.
It's got to make at least 600 or 700 million to like.
I think somebody said 800 million. It's got to make because
Jesus.
Well, you got to figure out what it make. It's like 250. It's like I think it's like 400 million between marketing and cost.
They got to stop bringing back all these big actors.
So then after the theater split or whatever, they have to make like.
I don't understand box office.
Yeah,
I really don't. And they're like, oh, it needs $800 million to break even. I'm like, why would they make that bet on a movie? Like, what happened to the movie?
That's how they make movies today.
Yeah, but what happened to the movies that used to cost like $30 million and then they made 150 and they're like, great.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
And those are usually the better movies.
Right? Yeah, because they're a little bit more artistic. They're more.
It's harder to launder money that way.
You think it is?
Definitely.
Just tax write off. Hey, we got to burn a Lamborghini in this movie, so we're just gonna tax write off $1 million. There you go. Oh God, Fast and the Furious is fun. Oppenheimer, Fast and Furious. Are we out of topics already?
I don't know. Probably.
let's.
Well, we were kind of
we were counting on Dan Vasc to be here and hang out for a while.
That's all right. Yeah, I'm not gonna get mad at Dan.
No, it's fine.
You want to talk about Ray Stevenson?
Oh, that's right.
Sure.
Yeah,
Rest
I gotta
in peace.
check my email. So that was unfortunate. 58's way too young. Yeah, let's bring that banner up too. Do we have a banner for him? Yes, we do. Rest in peace.
He was in more
Ray
things
Stevenson.
than I realized that he was.
Yeah, same. I didn't. I think the latest movie that I remember seeing him in that I was like,
RRR.
oh, that's Ray Stevenson. Is RRR? Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like the governor, the evil British governor.
So evil,
so over the top,
so evil.
Remember that lady?
My God.
Like that scene. I the thing that I remember about RR, which really hooked me, was like that opening scene where they take the kid, and then the mother's like trying to get her kid back, and this dude just freaking
fucks his mama.
And Ray Stevenson's character, the evil governor, looks at the guy and says, "Don't waste a bullet on her. You know how much that bullet cost the king to ship? Their lives are not worth that much." I was like, God dang. Yeah. And then he hits her with a stick instead. I was like, Jesus, that was a.
Did you guys ever see Rome?
The TV show?
Yeah.
Parts of it.
I never did.
Yeah, he was really good in Rome. That's the first thing I remember seeing him.
I'll have to check it out.
But the big thing is like Ahsoka. Like he was like the cool new bad guy in Ahsoka.
Cool new Darth Vader looking guy.
I have a weird not anything against Ray Stevenson because it's obviously not his fault, but I have a big problem with the orange lightsaber wielding bad guy people.
Well, I think it's a red orange. It's a red lightsaber.
It's confirmed by Dave Filoni that it's orange because they're not that bad. It's that exactly. That face right there, it was my soul when I heard him say that. Oh, it's because their lightsabers are orange. It means they still have a little bit of good in them. Like, shut up. That's not how it works.
We're talking about Ray Stevens, not how much Star Wars.
Well, his next movie or his next show.
I was actually really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to this character. I just think the character himself is interesting.
It could be cool. Could be cool. I think you just like
I was really excited because I finally had a guy. If I lost a little bit of weight, I could like cosplay as. It kind of looks like Darth Vader with a cool beard.
Yeah. He's got a cool white beard.
Do we know what he died of?
I don't even want to speculate. I have my ideas, but I don't want to say it out loud.
It's like he worked in the industry for Disney projects. He
probably got.
I don't want to get canceled on YouTube.
Yeah, I can't rely solely on Rumble.
What's crazy is Jim Brown died just like a few days.
Jim Brown was 98 years old.
Yeah.
He had a good run.
Is there any news on Jamie Foxx? Is he okay?
It's still a mystery.
Seriously?
I think he's been out of the hospital for weeks. In fact, his daughter was saying, I don't know what everybody's getting all twisted up about.
Oh, he's fine?
Because he hasn't been in the hospital for a very long time.
Oh, okay.
So, I almost feel like it was almost like an internet hoax or something.
Really?
But, yeah.
It's not an internet hoax. Like he still isn't back to shooting the movie that he was, doing when the medical emergency happened. The weird thing is like they're just being very tight-lipped about like.
Well, maybe he's a private guy.
Maybe.
Or maybe they don't want people to speculate about.
Do you think if Nicolas Cage got sick, they would
listen,
tell everybody?
So how do we say this without getting taken down by the powers that be? We all had to do some stuff.
Not all of them.
Well, most of us had to do some stuff against our will. That is having a very bad and negative effect on people's actual lives. And if news gets out that this is what's really happening, it's going to cause some serious societal problems, more than it already is. So
that was very diplomatic.
Is that a good way to say that?
Do you genuinely do you think that's what happened?
I kind of do think that's kind of what happened.
I completely agree with you
because he is way too healthy, way too young.
Yeah,
it's not like me, big fat guy who's 100 pounds overweight. Died of a sudden heart attack.
Close to the same age as him.
He's
56.
5 years older than me. Yeah. I'm 53.
53. Okay.
Honestly, this was a moment for me. Maybe I better get a little more serious about taking this weight off. It's like I don't want to die when I'm 58.
No, that's no good.
So
he's a good looking dude, man.
Good looking guy. Looks just like me if I'm thin.
Well,
no, I'm lying.
You need some more hair, though. Yeah, he's got a good head of hair too.
Got a good head of hair.
I feel really. Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson. Shout out to but best wishes to his family.
He was a Punisher.
He did a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Punisher.
I have to go back and watch. His IMDb is huge.
He was the Punisher when they did like an R-rated Punisher, right? Am I correct in that? They did like a
There's
hard
been a
R.
couple R-rated Punisher.
Well, I mean, like not the most recent one from Netflix, but like they did like a movie in between.
Well, no, I mean, like, wasn't Dolph Lundgren's Punisher R-rated?
Dolph Lundgren?
I don't know. Maybe
he was a Punisher too.
I don't know.
He was the original Punisher, dude.
Yeah.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
I must have missed that. Hey, there's another movie.
He was also one of the Thor's buddies in the Thor movies. The guy with the beard. I forget his name off the top of my head.
So we had the Thomas Jane Punisher, and then we had the Ray Stevenson Punisher, which was Punisher Warzone.
That's the one. Yeah. Okay. I remember seeing that.
And he played like the fat Viking guy in Thor.
Yes. Yeah, the dude with the big beard who's always super jolly, wanted to eat a lot of food. Yeah, he did play that him too. It's I don't know. It's a real bummer. I hate seeing this kind of stuff. I didn't want to bring the chat down or bring the stream down. But
Danny's saying we're talking in code and stuff. It's like I'm not talking in code. We all know what we're talking about. And I just YouTube are overlords. They put the thumb down. Like we can't afford to. Yeah,
there's a reason why Russell Brand is on Rumble only.
If everybody can go, if all 12,000 of you go over to Rumble, maybe we can think about using Rumble more.
Hold on. Say that sub count again.
We're almost at 12,000.
That's beautiful.
Like really close.
Thank you.
Really close.
That's amazing. Thank you guys.
Force of Light is almost 14.
Good for them.
We're catching up.
Good for them.
Catching up.
Why are you bringing that up? You want me to start some beef with those?
Are we gonna start beef?
I like no Life ladies.
No, they're awesome. They're awesome. But it's funny.
We all started around the same time.
Yeah, but it's always funny though because we always joke like they're always about.
I don't give a shit what our competition has.
They're always about 2,000 subs higher than us. We're like, God dang it.
Good for them.
Yeah, no.
Maybe if we were as pretty as they are, we'd be higher.
Come on, guys, work on that a little bit.
Let me get my tits
and we lost that.
$5. We gained a different type of
yeah, that's a different crowd you're attracting there. Garfield's Bizarre Adventure for $5. Movies also cost more because they have a bunch of useless jobs now, like diversity inclusion directors and intimacy coordinators on movie projects.
How much do those pay?
The intimacy coordinator.
I could be an intimacy coordinator.
Listen,
that might pay good.
We've talked to at least 3 actors who have all had to work with an intimacy coordinator, and every single one of them said it's so much better when they're around because everybody's comfortable. At the communications there, I get it. It would be super awkward. Just be like you, a director, and 17 people. How about
you don't sign up for a role that has a sex scene in it?
Well,
if you're so been out of shape about having a sex scene in a movie.
Well, they're right though. Like the whole intimacy coordinator thing is like a relatively new position that is now kind of like required because of the Me Too movement to be on like every like set that has like a sex scene.
Fuck the Me Too movement, man. I just hate it.
Which side?
Just the women are always right.
Well, sometimes they are.
Sometimes they are.
Sometimes they're not.
That one shitbag is definitely a shitbag.
He's definitely a shitbag. We're talking about Harvey Weinstein, correct?
I can
put that out flat out.
I couldn't remember his name.
Harvey. Well, good. I mean, hopefully history will lose track of him.
What's funny is like they still have to have like COVID people. Like
that's a bit much
on set.
Yeah, that's a bit much. But I personally have no problem with the intimacy coach. Like have somebody in the room to make sure everything goes smoothly. It's fine. It's not a Me Too thing. It's just like the comfort of the people in the area. Like I get it. I mean, I know there's actors out there who are like famously, Emilia Clarke for her Game of Thrones scenes.
Yeah,
she was young. It was like her first big job.
How old was she?
I don't know, probably 20 or something like that. I mean, 19 or 20 when she was first in that first 2 seasons of Game of Thrones.
I can't watch that scene anymore because I read the book, part of the book, and she's only her character in the book's only like 12 or some shit. Oh,
really? With Drogo?
With 13 or something.
But like back then, like as soon as you had your period, you were a woman.
In the historical fiction that is Martin's universe,
and all the main characters in the book start off as like children. You watch them grow up throughout the series.
But what I'm referencing is she famously said it was a super uncomfortable position to be put in as a young actress, being put in front of somebody like Jason Momoa, who's like this huge hulking dude, and like, okay, get naked and act like you're having sex. And thankfully, Jason Momoa had a little bit of empathy, and he made her laugh, made her very comfortable. I think he wore like a pink freaking jock strap or something like that just to make her laugh. But I think that was just his jock strap. Now that I mentioned that, because he loves pink.
Made from recycled material.
He might have just had that on his own.
Listen, this is a weird conversation.
Well, you don't want to talk about Jason Momoa's jock strap?
No, I do not.
Come on, bro.
All right. You know what I do want to talk about is Nicolas Cage.
Let's talk about Nicolas Cage.
What about Nicolas Cage?
All right. So I'm going to show you guys something that might blow your mind.
Are we allowed to watch this?
I don't see why not.
Okay, all right.
Is it on? Just don't show it on.
Well,
the
hold
screen.
on. You're full screen right now on our YouTube
yeah,
thing.
I know.
Okay,
I know.
all right. Okay.
We're gonna get.
We're gonna get dinged. We'll see.
What the hell?
That looks
is this?
awful.
Oh, is that a video game?
Yep.
Dead by Daylight 5.
Huh. Interesting.
This is
You can
really.
turn it off now.
Yeah, it was really loud. There we go.
Okay.
And we're back.
And bloop.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys want to play as Nicolas Cage, you now have the opportunity.
Is it really just a skin for that movie that you get to play as Nicolas Cage?
It's not a
I
movie,
know.
it's a game.
Did I say movie?
Yep.
Sorry, a game.
I think you have an unhealthy fascination with Mr. Cage.
No, there's no such thing. You can't be unhealthily obsessed with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, there's a very healthy obsession with Nicolas Cage.
I'm surprised you did that. I always ask you, can we watch a trailer? And like, no.
So that's a video game trailer. You don't get dinged for those.
Really?
Okay.
If it's a movie trailer, you get dinged.
Oh, so you're telling me that we can react to video game trailers? Bro, we're doing it.
As long as it's not Nintendo.
Really? Nintendo's going to hit you? That's weird.
Nintendo will hit you for anything. Yeah.
Man. I don't know. I don't play, what is it? Dead by Daylight? I don't play that game. So I don't know if I really care if Nicolas Cage is a skin that you can get to buy it.
It's not
It's a micro
not a skin. It's a character you can play.
Whatever, bro.
All right, cool.
It's a skin.
He's gonna buy it and play it.
Probably. What tell me what do you know what that game is? I've never heard of it. Dead by Daylight. Is it like a RPG? Are we talking zombie?
Yeah. I think it's a team-based zombie shooter. So,
First person or third person?
First person. I think basically like you play a group of survivors in a zombie apocalypse, and you team up, and you basically fight through different levels with lots of zombies. I could be wrong, but I think that's what it is. It's a co-op game.
I think that game. Hold on, this is a great comment by the Gourd King. I love your name, by the way. I think that game has gobs of skins and DLC. Should be called Debt by Daylight. Microtransactions.
Yeah.
I don't have time to play video games.
I wanted to ask Vader what he thinks about Overwatch 2 getting its PvE canceled.
I don't know.
What's a PvE? Oh,
player versus environment.
Player versus environment?
Yeah, so basically
I don't play Overwatch, so I don't know.
So
I just
Overwatch is a multiplayer game,
Yeah.
but in Overwatch 2, the whole reason that they were making a sequel was because they were going to add a single player element to it, where basically you could play the different characters and go through like a single player campaign. And then they just came out and basically said like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
I don't know if this new generation of gamers really cares about that kind of shit. They all want to go in these free for all brawl modes, 100 people versus 100 people or whatever, like Fortnite and stuff.
Our
they like these chaotic games. It's not for me, but
okay. So
what's up?
Real quick, there's a Robofet says it's an asymmetrical multiplayer game where the campers have to survive the killer's traps. Pretty sure there's no zombies. So I was confusing it with Left 4 Dead. My bad. So Dead by Daylight, basically you play like a serial killer going around trying to find other players who are like campers, or like teenagers or whatever, and you're trying to kill them all, and the campers are trying to escape before they get killed.
Interesting. This is another comment from Broba. He says, I don't like multiplayer games. Give me endless single player or co-op games. 100% I'm with you. Actually, I might as well talk about this now because we're talking about video games, but we are in the works of getting a video game channel started.
we need to get together and figure it out.
Yeah, it's going to be a separate channel. It won't be this one because we don't want to mix the genres. YouTube doesn't know what to do when we do that kind of stuff. So we're going to start another channel specifically for me and Vader to play games, probably Kadish too. And that's
Sit there and watch him do his dailies.
It's probably like, hey guys, our video got 200,000 likes because I freaking did a Dragon Champions.
Oh man, my Diablo 4 streams get 12 viewers, and he's gonna get 6,000 people watching him do his daily the collector show.
We should point out that TwitchCon is going to be in Vegas this year.
Yeah, cool.
And we may be having some big Twitch streamers coming into the studio.
That'd be great. We need to charge them.
Definitely gonna charge them.
Definitely gonna charge them. But yeah, the video game channel. I don't know. I don't even know what it's gonna be called yet. We're still trying to figure that out.
Salty Nerd Gaming.
I guess. I mean, why not? Or we could do like Geeks and Gamers. It's a Salty Nerd 2. something like that. But I want to play just like single player only games because I despise multiplayer games. I do not like it.
I'll be playing stuff like
Diablo. Yeah. It comes out in June.
Listen, I'm gonna play games I want to play, games I enjoy.
I got no problem with that. That's totally fine. I want to play single player games that I can play by myself and not be bothered by people.
Yeah.
And I like mystery games. I like puzzle games. There's a bunch of stuff on the Xbox Marketplace where you can pick up some like small indie games where you can just play through them. I love. I don't know if you guys watch or have seen Hellblade. Hellblade's an awesome single player game. I'd probably do a playthrough of that because I think they're supposed to be making a second one. I don't know when it's going to come out, but I'd love to get prepped for that for the second one. The second one looks dope.
I'm looking forward to the next Bethesda game, Starfield. I think it's called.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like No Man's Sky, but with
better
Fallout.
Yeah.
Listen, man, if I had my way, I would never watch a movie again, and I would play games.
That's it.
That was what I wanted to do back in the day.
Yeah.
I wanted to have my own streaming channel. Then I found you guys, and I have to watch movies.
Sidetracked you. Now you
and
have to watch
I don't have enough time to play games because I'm always watching TV and movies.
Now I have to
when I'm not at work.
Now I'm gonna force you to watch Oppenheimer for 3 hours. You're gonna be like,
no, listen. I will go watch that movie. I want to see that movie. I told you my wife is the one who will.
Oh, okay.
She probably won't want to go watch it.
You know, there are some movies where I'm like, yes, give me more. Like for instance, The Hateful Eight. They had like the 6-hour version.
That's too much. I watched that version. It was too much.
But then like you have something like The Irishman, which is like 3 hours, and I'm just like, please God, make it in.
Please shoot me in the face, Jimmy Hoffa.
Astro.
$5 super chat from Astro Nerd Boy. I highly recommend the Mad Max game. When I get some free time, I've got to finish it. Surprisingly good. That is surprising. Usually video games based off of movies usually suck.
Yeah, I actually own that movie or own that game. I picked it up like a year ago during the Christmas.
Is it an Epic's game?
During the Christmas sale, I got it for like $10 or something.
Oh, on Steam?
Yeah.
Dude, those Steam sales are dope.
Yeah, it's the only way to buy games.
Yeah.
You know, there's a video game version of The Thing, which is actually a sequel to the original John Carpenter.
I did hear about that. Is that a single player game too?
Yes, that's a single player
maybe
game.
I'll play through that. That would be dope.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get up ideas of what to start with to kind of get my.
There's a lot of, it's like I don't know. Could we do a movie themed video game channel? I don't know if I like that.
There's not that many.
Yeah,
and
at least none that are any good.
Yeah,
really.
I am curious about
the original Atari ET game.
Oh Jesus! Can you even find that anymore? Is it out there? I thought they destroyed all the copies.
I'm sure you could get an emulator of it.
Yeah.
Do you remember? So I think the story goes like Atari was like, we can't sell this game because it's not finished. It literally wasn't a finished game.
Oh, where they put them all in the landfill?
Put them all in the landfill. And they just tossed them out there and like, well, scrap that idea.
They did that with a bunch of Funko Pops here recently too. I forget which one it was though. There was something out there.
Hey, is it true that
it might have been some kind of Star Wars Funkos or something?
Is it true that Funko Pops have brains? Like if you cut their heads open,
I have no idea.
They have like a little brain inside. I saw a video one time. Somebody cut their Funko Pop open and it had like a little brain. And
we'll have to figure that out.
I thought maybe it was just like one special type of Funko.
I can go buy some bullshit anime.
I don't know if they all do it or if it was like a.
Well, now you got me wondering. Now I'm curious.
We'll have to find out. Does the chat know? Do Funkos have brains? If you cut them open, I want to know. I saw a video and it looked real. Could have been fake. I don't know.
See how many people think you get it? Destroy their Funko Pop.
It's a conspiracy.
Do you guys want to talk about Dune?
Oh, yeah. God, why do I keep forgetting about all these topics that I picked? I picked the topics. I sent the email out. I totally forgot about half the stuff I wanted to talk about. So we watched the Dune trailer.
That'll get us flagged if we show it, right?
Yeah, we can't show that, unfortunately. I guess. I don't know. Everybody else watches reviews. I don't know why we can't. But Dune 2, that trailer looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, my God. It looks so good. This is like...
it's almost like it's the climax of a much longer movie.
Yeah, it's like it's the second half of another movie.
Wow. Just visually, it's so freaking stunning, dude. It's incredible. Like that one dude that looks like a weird, like one of the engineers from Alien Covenant or whatever, and he's like screaming into the screen.
Fade Rotha, right?
Oh, I don't know.
That's the Harkonnen's nephew that was supposed to marry the female.
It's the same guy that played Elvis, right?
No, get out. Is it?
Yeah.
What? He's completely unrecognizable.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he was played by Sting in the David Lynch version.
Okay. All right. I'm super looking forward to this movie. Like I was kind of lukewarm on the first one. I was like, yeah, Dune, cool. Run it. Yeah, I'll go see it. Absolutely. Now I'm freaking hyped because I really enjoyed the first one.
It's like,
this one looks even better.
It's like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to this movie because now I can watch the first one and the second one at the same time and get one movie out of it.
What's the total watch time for those two?
Oh, it'll probably be 18.
Let me see if I can find out what the watch time is. Let me see. Let's see. Dune Part One.
At the most, it'd probably be 4 hours.
Probably
right? 4.5. Maybe
I feel
5.
like Dune was more than 2 hours. I bet it was like 2 hours and 15 minutes or something.
Look at this one. Salty looks like Timothy Chalamet.
I do not.
I can kind of see
at
that.
all. I don't know what you're talking about.
You need to lose about 40
Yeah,
pounds.
I need to be like anorexic or something.
Yeah, you need to de-age about
Dude.
10 years.
Hit your hair.
How dare you? Dune Part One is 2 hours and 35 minutes long. Jesus. All right, let me see how.
So
long.
the second one's going to be at least that.
At
long.
least it's probably gonna be longer, but it's okay. It's okay that it's that.
And
long.
there's probably like a 4-hour director's version
director's cut?
floating around out there somewhere.
They didn't release the runtime for a second one.
I'm willing to bet it's probably 2.5 hours. So
Probably
looking
around
at
that.
like about 5 hours.
I'm looking through this article real quick and see if they say it, but
They probably
I'm
don't
not
have
sure.
an end time yet because the movie's not coming out till this fall. They got a lot.
Yeah.
They're probably still editing it.
yeah, probably. But I just the trailer looks absolutely incredible. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. It looks it's like a super highbrow nerd sci-fi movie. It reminds me a lot of like what they're doing with the Foundation on Apple TV.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, have you seen the trailer for season 2?
I have
Yeah.
not.
It looks pretty cool. I
Yeah,
know Jude's gonna hate watching it, but is she gonna watch it? Do you think
Jude's probably not even
Jude
going to
watch
watch
it?
it.
Yeah, no, Jude's probably not going to watch it, but I was really excited about it. And speaking of which, so the woman who plays Jessica in Dune, Paul's mom,
Mhm.
she's the main character in this new Apple TV show called Silo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, is
Yeah.
she really?
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
girl?
yeah. And Jude and I have been watching Silo, and we are addicted.
Yeah, I'm
I was
3
gonna-
episodes in.
I was gonna ask,
that's
how's
all
that-
that's out right now, right? Or they've 4 out.
I think they have 4 out. They
How
come
about-
out every Friday.
Okay.
How's that going for you guys? Because I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I
I
really want to.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it worth? Because I feel
I think it's worth watching. I think we need to dedicate like a 30-minute
Yeah.
review show to it.
So like
be
it's
honest,
based on a
but-
series of books that I really enjoyed.
Mhm.
And basically the entire show takes place in a underground bunker, like a
Right.
silo that goes like straight down for
Mhm.
like 20, 30 stories.
Oh, well,
And-
it's like hundreds of stories, isn't it?
I think that there's only like 20 levels to the silo. I could be
I don't know,
be
maybe not.
mistaken, but the levels are big.
Yeah.
And basically like it's a mystery show. Like there's all this like weird like people are dying and there's like a conspiracy thing going on. And but they're all trapped in this silo, and basically like if you go outside you die. Something kills you. And it's a really, really good show. Like the casting is really good, and it's done by the same producer who did Justified, and he was the screenwriter for the original Speed, Graham Yost.
Mhm.
He also did a show called Sneaky Pete. He's a very talented showrunner and screenwriter, and this is like his baby. And you can tell because like the first couple episodes are just like really well done. Like I've really been enjoying it. I look forward to every Friday. I wish I could binge it. Apple TV doesn't make it.
you're
bingeable.
such a binge person.
I really
I hate
am.
binging.
I don't
I
like
need
binging
I need a single episode.
I like the fact that I can watch one episode a week and
be caught up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I binge watch Stranger Things when that comes out, when that drops, and then within like 2 weeks,
I haven't watched Stranger Things because it's binge and I just don't want to sit there for 8 hours.
You don't have to.
I know, but it's,
Yeah, you can watch it at your own pace. That's the whole point of bingeable TV.
I mean, you don't have
I like
to.
I like a point.
The problem is for people like us who like create content based off of this kind of stuff, like you have to watch the whole thing and then get your review out the
Mhm.
next day, and it kind of sucks. I hate that model. I much
Yeah.
prefer the weekly release thing so you can like get your stuff out in time.
It's like stuff like even the shitty shows like Rings of Power. It's fun getting together and talking about how shitty this show was this week. and we get
What's
to
a
stretch
new
it, and we get
low?
to stretch it out. You know,
It's
Get
a
to stretch
new
it
low
out.
this week.
It's like, oh yeah. for
I'm
sure.
currently reading I'm reading The Fellowship of the Ring to my son right now, and I'm
Oh.
having so much fun doing it, dude. I'm at the point in time in the movies where they get attacked by the wraiths at the
Mhm.
at that little like old castle watchtower place, and Frodo gets stabbed in the shoulder. That's the point that I'm at right now.
Your wife and Jude are both in the chat right now.
Jude's in there too. Silo gives me anxiety. I love it.
Like literally, when we're watching it, she's like, "I can't handle this, but I can't go away."
My wife even says she wants to watch it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it with you, babe. I'll watch it. I'm down. Just when I don't know. Pick a time.
Another show that we've been watching that we're addicted to is From on.
Yeah, you guys talked about that last week. Yeah. Weathertop. Thank you, Broba. Man, you were freaking on top of it. You're like my Jamie in the comments. You like you know exactly what I'm talking about, even when I'm super vague. I'm gonna be nerdy for just a second, and also let you know that there's something out on Apple TV right now that I really can't wait to watch. It's Prehistoric Planet 2.
Oh god,
so stoked!
Is this the one with the weird?
Yes, the swimming T-Rexes and the puffy neck brachiosaurs or whatever. Yes, dude, I'm in.
They just make shit up.
No, they're not. It's scientifically based.
I think they just make stuff up.
I thought you were going to say Ghosted.
Ghosted? What's that?
That's the Chris Evans, Anna de Armas action movie from the Russos.
Anna de Armas? The Russo brothers? Mm-hmm. I probably will watch that as well. Is it an action movie?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Dude, what? Okay, why is Apple TV so bad at marketing this stuff?
I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know anybody that watches Apple TV other than us. And they do have some really good stuff.
There's some bangers on there, dude. It's good stuff. I don't get it.
Mythic Quest.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. I love Ted Lasso. I mean, this season hasn't been as good as the first two. But
I mean, wasn't the Harrison Ford and Jason Segel show on there too? What was that called? I don't remember. Severance is on Apple TV.
Yeah,
Severance was dope.
I watched the first episode of that.
Shrinking.
It was kind of weird. I don't know.
Dude, there's so many good shows on Apple TV and like nobody talks about it. Like I was
there's a show called C on Apple TV.
I know, right? I think we reviewed it. We talked to a bunch of the actors and the showrunner.
Foundation is an Apple show.
Yep, Foundation too. Dude, Apple TV, if you don't have Apple TV and you're looking for some like highbrow sci-fi, there's some pretty good stuff on there.
Yeah.
There's really good stuff. Don't watch Invasion though. That was terrible.
Or do and then go watch our reviews.
Should we redo our reviews?
No.
I don't think we could
because we
can't capture that magic.
we have to wait for season 2 to come out so we can make fun of the world's worst dad and swimming in space astronaut chick.
Swimming in space. They're not gonna make 2, dude. It should have already come out.
I really hope they don't.
It should have already come out.
It's like if they do make season 2, we're definitely gonna have to do it. But I don't know.
Well, now I have 2 other shows that I need to watch now. Actually 3. Ghosted, Prehistoric Planet 2, and Silo.
Ghosted is a movie.
Whatever. Fine.
Dude, your fiance just said Foundation 2 can suck her dick.
Yep. I highlighted that.
That's kind of weird.
Try talking to her about the Meg 2.
Oh god, Jude.
I can't wait.
Okay, I want to know. I want to know how much is it going to cost to get you to go with me to go see the Meg 2? Please,
I'll
Jude.
go with you guys too.
I would love it.
No, she'd rather murder you.
I would love it. I would rent the entire theater out just so she could talk through the whole thing.
Yeah,
it'd be glorious.
$800.
Like you don't understand how much she loved the Meg books. And when we went to see the first Meg in the theaters, it broke her. It genuinely broke her spirit.
Regis says season 2 is coming.
Jude has family duties. That's why she's not here, bro. But I would not do it. Jude. Oh yeah, Ashley hates sharks. She hates sharks. She hates water.
I ordered a new shirt this week. It's a polo shirt or a Hawaiian shirt.
Okay,
and it's all sharks.
Just sharks.
It's got sharks all over it. It's great.
Nice.
I cannot wait to wear it. I'm gonna wear it in here.
Are you really?
I'm gonna wear it when we do like.
Let me know when you do because I'll wear my dinosaur polo.
Okay,
too.
cool.
All right. I guess on that note, you guys ready to wrap it up?
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah. I want to just tell everyone in the chat to please tweet at Dan Vasc. And
no, do not do that.
Don't hassle him. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get him here eventually. It's fine. I'm sure he was busy. He forgot.
Communications are a thing.
It's fine.
He's in another country. And
we did miss him.
What's going on.
I did miss him. I missed him. I was looking forward to meeting him. I will meet him at some point in time, even if I have to crash Drunk 3PO's live.
You did meet him, didn't you?
Well, yeah, like for a very brief time. And I got
like jizzed your pants.
I kind of freaked out. Yeah, on
Side
Scrollers podcast. Yeah. But I see. This is what my biggest mistake was. I was wearing a red shirt that day, and I unceremoniously got killed off in that podcast and replaced by Mark the Cyborg. Right, Mike. Yeah.
Okay.
He took over my seat.
Right. Yeah. X-Ray Girl and Mark the Cyborg both came in that day, and I was running things, so I couldn't leave.
Yeah. I bounced, and I didn't get to hang out.
I watched.
Dan's a super awesome guy. We love his content. Go check him out. Help him get to 1 million subs before Gary does.
He's an amazing musician.
Very talented, very incredible.
Your team, Dan, I think.
Okay, listen, I don't know what the bet is. I'm something about man buns. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it's team man buns versus team not man buns.
I like both the channels.
I'm pretty much not on the man bun side.
I guess I don't care who wins. Because they're both going to get to $1 million.
But I really like Dan Vasc. Not that I don't like Gary.
Yeah,
it's a tough choice. I don't know what to do.
It's Sophie's choice.
It is.
It's like you're in Fast 10 and Momoa's like, how do you choose?
I can't. I don't know.
Did you say we're going to have Gary on our show at some point?
On Saturday,
possibly.
Yeah. Possible. We're working it out.
Working it on it.
Got some guests.
I never like to talk in public about
what
who we're trying to book.
It's the what ifs. It's the what ifs of like,
we need to quit putting our people that are coming on the show and our.
It's like they see it
and our
like,
titles.
Yeah,
it's like because then I feel like we lied.
Well, they usually show up
most of the time. It's all good. It's all good. No hard feelings. No big deal. It's fine. We had a good time today. Thank you all in the chat for your incredible, generous super chats. Yes, you guys are amazing. Everybody here hanging out with us today. Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed the show. We have a lot of fun. We will be dropping.
This is such a nice way to wrap
Dan
Buns up.
Dan Buns, what's up?
I like wrapping our recording day up like this because it's just a nice way for us to chat and chill and
I dig it.
Interact with our friends and hang out.
Wish Jude were here, but
my wife is giving me orders already. Hey, Salty, bring home dinner. Okay,
you got to do something about your wife in this chat.
She's a member.
That's
terrifying. Hey, you guys want to come over and watch movies after this?
You know what? Only if it's the Meg.
You gotta have some space, man. It's just like
I got space. I got plenty of space.
Let's come over to my place and watch Foundation.
Your worlds mingle.
It's a little close.
I can't let my worlds mingle. It does not work. It doesn't work. You're killing independent.
It's an independent George.
Commingling, the worlds are colliding.
Independent George cannot exist.
I really feel that way sometimes. There's no way.
You're killing Independent George.
It's like my wife gets to hang out with you guys when I have my barbecue. A couple times a year, and that's all I want.
Here's the difference.
That's it. That's all I need.
My wife is a super nerd, like us. Your wife is.
My wife hates this shit.
Yeah, she's not a nerd.
She goes. So. she goes to Thor movies with me because Chris Hemsworth. That's it.
Yeah.
And Iron Man movies because of Robert Downey Jr.
Ashley, she loves being in here taunting me in the chat, which is cool. It's fine. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. But she was here.
Ashley just shows up randomly.
She's literally here, and she's like so camera shy. She doesn't want to sit down.
I get it. This is hard. This is hard.
I have no idea where my kids are. Maybe she had the kids. I don't know where they are.
How old are they? It don't matter.
Anyway, all right. On that note,
they're hanging out with mole people.
So if to finish this off, I just want to let you guys know if you're not already part of the Discord chat, head over to saltynerddiscord.com. Join up. We have a great community over there. We're getting a lot of new people in, which is really cool. Vader does watch parties. I do video games once in a while. We're having a good time. So I want to collaborate with some of our club members over there as well on exactly how we're going to launch our video game channel because it's going to happen.
And we're going to pick 3 or 4 movies that we have done audio versions of.
Yeah, and redo them.
And we'll have a poll up.
Yeah,
sometime this week about which ones of those you guys want us to do. And we'll set that up we'll do that in June.
What do we have in June? We have Jurassic June, which is usually I pick like a crappy dinosaur, but there's not that many.
We have June Claude Van Damme.
June Claude Van Damme. That's my favorite show to do during the year.
We only have to do 1 movie now instead of 3.
Yeah,
that's nice.
We have to pick a Jean-Claude Van. We have to pick a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie to watch this year. What's it going to be?
I don't know. Do we have any that we just did audio versions of? We probably do, right?
You want to redo one of those?
Ooh, maybe.
I mean, I'll watch Bloodsport.
I think our very first Jean-Claude Van Damme was audio only.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Jurassic June, but there's really not that many dinosaur movies that
I haven't watched Dominion yet.
You're not gonna like it.
I love it. I love giving you shit about dinosaur movies.
I have to insist that you would watch the director's cut because it's far superior than the theatrical cut. But it's still, if you're not a super fan,
we let you pick dinosaur. We let you pick that.
I gotta say, so we've already done Sudden Death.
Yep, we've done Sudden Death. We've done Bloodsport.
Yeah. We have not done Expendables 3, but that's not technically.
He's the big bad in that movie.
He's the bad, but he's not the star.
We should do an Expendables series someday.
How many are there?
There's like
3
or 4. Yeah.
There's more than 3, isn't there? I thought there was a 4th one.
No, I think they're making a 4th one.
Oh, okay.
But we're not gonna do 3 before we do 1 or 2.
No. So, yeah, we have to do 1 and 2 first.
It's funny. We've already done Valley of the Guanji.
Yeah, we did that.
Terrible. It's an awful movie.
Yeah, we've already done RRR. We've already done Street Fighter.
Yep. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
We've been doing this for a while. No, we'll figure it out. And it'll be in Discord. So if you want to continue this conversation, head over to saltynerdiscord.com and sign up, join up, have a good time. We're all there hanging out most of the time. So we will see you on Discord. Vader, any final thoughts? You want to say anything about Saturday?
No, I don't. Saturday, I don't know what we're doing on Saturday. Who's coming on Saturday? We have,
supposedly WCW Pro.
Oh, okay.
But again,
who knows?
Maybe.
Whatever.
I book these things weeks in advance,
Yeah,
and people are just
fine.
like, I forget.
Yeah, that's fine. It's no big deal.
But
we've done double
shows,
impacts.
The Saturday shows are fun,
Yeah.
and a lot of the same crew there as they come in here, and it's nice to see the overlap because we had a really good crew in here today as well.
Yeah, it was great. We had
really
over
fun.
100 and some odd people coming in here. Universal Soldier, we've done that already.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna have to start doubling back, visiting some.
Maybe.
No, I mean Jean-Claude has a lot of movies. It's just like some of them aren't very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the best choices. Kadish, final words, whatever you want to say to the people.
I just want to thank everyone who showed up for the Tuesday stream. I'm sorry that Dan Vasc wasn't able to make it, but hopefully he'll be on a future show to make up for it. But I wanted to give a shout out to everyone who gave us super chats and who joined the membership.
Yep.
Bob Dorsey and Aster Nerdboy are part of our Saturday Superstars. So thank you so much for showing up today and showing us so much support. Really appreciate that. Tuesdays is really Alex's live stream. I don't have much to do with it. So it's good to come out and support him.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm looking into getting guests in person in the studio for our Tuesday show.
It'd be really cool to get some local talent,
some local content creators who might be fun to kind of hang around with.
Yeah, pull a Timcast.
Yeah, kind of.
I only have people in the studio.
I do prefer that.
Well, we our show started as we need to be in the same room together.
Yeah.
It gives us kind of it separates us a little bit from some of the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that idea a lot.
1997 film called Double Team with Dennis Rodman.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
Okay,
It's really bad.
That might be the one for June Claude Van Damme. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Legionnaire, 1998. Okay. Death Warrant. Oh, we watched that one already too. Maximum Risk.
We've watched a lot of his movies.
I have watched a lot of his movies. All right. On that note, guys, thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. This is Saltcast IRL signing off. Stay salty.